which I thought was the case originally before I properly looked at their stat block too, which was fun. Granted, I had them in the encounter anyway. But you all successfully. Luckily, it was too late for the mind, but did piss it off to the point that it started trying to actively kill you. And due to Diedrich's ungodly amount of damage, it couldn't keep up. It did almost. Almost. Were it not time for one of our own Kaothi to come into their own. Unlocking the strange ability to adapt more than simply mere the physical affectation of individuals. Momentarily channeling the mind, thoughts, and magical capabilities of the elder of what the fuck was that city? Well, not the city, the village called. Oh, where are you, Soldenaria? I lost it. Is it this one? Ameth. The village of Ameth. The guardian and protector, and his magic embodying that. Called upon a magic that you only innately know, and for a moment had the ability to cast, known as All Lights Are Souls. Healing everyone, and at the initial cast, freeing them of the fact that they were all going to be perma-stunned.
None of us could make that int save without our paladin up.
Without the paladin, who had gotten beat into submission after doing 250 out of the mind's about 400 hit points. You did over 50% of its health. In that one flurry of attacks, and I was like, I gotta kill you. Which I did do as well. We're getting to that. Did while down. I believe it was a psychic scream, actually, that did it, because the other two things had caused just failed death saves. And the third one was caused by the 9th level spell, Psychic Scream, which states, when a creature is killed by this spell, their head fucking explodes. Taking out the possibility of lower level resurrection magics. Luckily, you got a powerful cleric, but that didn't make life easier in the moment. As Revivify can't put a skull back together.
Nope.
Even if we had all the pieces?
Even if you had all the pieces, which luckily you have a helmet, so they weren't too hard to pick up. As the Galea just kind of kept it all contained, like if you put a firework under a bucket.
That was the mental image I had too.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. And then after the firework went off, it's just crushed raspberries. And also important, Zell was did not succumb to the cerebro fluid. The psionic cerebro fluid that was housed within the silo. As luckily, Argus went in after, and the magic item I forget about, as is often the case, and succeeded the save to not get stun locked in the sauce. Swam on down, grabbed Zell, and bamfed right back. Bleeding out the nose and ears a little bit, but nothing too bad. You deal with enough psychic shit. And you all survived. You all picked up the pieces of Diedrich as much as you feasibly could, and fucked off back towards the direction, at least, the observatory was, noticing that the ground did not stymie you as you walked this time. It's staying a constant, fixed direction away from you. A welcome change to the shifting roads this place had originally been under. You made it up to the observatory, whereupon the next day, or was it that day? I believe it was the next day you resurrected Numbnuts.
Yeah, I'd already used that spell.
That's right, because you had to use it for All Lights Are Souls. Resurrected Numbnuts the next day, Everyone got some rest. Melkor had a dream.
Not the good kind.
Nope, not the good kind. Woke up with strange markings, indicative, luckily, of a familiar nature to the local ranger in the group. Admittedly twisted and more aberrant than he's used to, but of a mark, of some manner of magical mark. To which it was conjectured, why the fuck would something that powerful need a mark? To which the idea was then supplied, if it's not for him. The validity of these theories, you have no idea, as the magic is far too complicated for any of you, and I don't think any of you possess Identify. And even then, Identify probably wouldn't give you much more than it's a mark.
That guy. We could just legend lore it. We'll be fine. Fine.
Yeah, just name it real quick.
Yeah.
Who shall not be named.
Legend lore it right quick. And you'll see just how many times something like this has happened in the past. Want to hazard a guess?
0.
Correct. But he's been resurrected. Melkor's got strange markings on his face, all clearly emanating from the eye, from the source of his plagiarized mystique. I love that name. I am so proud of that name for it. Excuse me, let me pat myself on the back a little bit more.
God.
I gotta work my own shaft. Somebody's got to. And self-love. But this is where we are. You all got a level. Hopefully everyone's done that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still looking for an 8th level spell. We're not gonna talk about it. Just
I've also done the balancing, actually. I can lose 2 more levels in Fighter, and I will be technically at the exact same level in Paladin.
Oh, I will say, because a level was gained, I should have said this last time, but it wasn't brought up. My bad. If you want to move a level around on a level up, you can.
Ooh,
Just one on a level up.
Woohoo!
And that's only for people who are going from one class they have a level in to another class they have a level in. So just Diedrich, I think, is allowed to do that. Because the rest of you are peer classes.
Neat.
So do with that what you will. You still have the time up at the observatory before you start sticking your dick elsewhere it doesn't belong.
That's kind of given. We just stick our dicks with you there and dump along. That's normal. That's kind of a daily
No, I know.
thing.
I know. It's just you have until you start, until you whip it out effectively before you need to really know what your sheet looks like. But at this point in time, you all have recently woken up. Resurrection was done. Diedrich, you are resurrected. Do remember, you are at a -4 penalty to all attack rolls, saving throws, and ability checks. Until you take a long rest, at which point that number becomes -3. Continuing on until eventually every long rest the negative is gone. As the process of having your soul shoved, fucking slam dunked back into your body is trying on you on a spiritual level.
Yeah, I believe that.
Mhm.
And currently, what I've who's got the water flask again?
Zell?
Yeah, the decanter. Is that you, Zell? Okay, well, I take my helmet off and shake
What?
parts of me out of it.
I was gonna say you 100%. You gotta wash that bitch out. You got.
Like I shake pieces of me out of it, and I kind of turn it upside down and like point it at Zell. They don't even say anything. I'm just like,
There's
Okay.
100%. There is a liquid that is not blood that you are not used to seeing, and that is this like thin, like translucent, like runny grayish kind of liquid.
my
You're like,
brain.
oh, that's gray matter. Oh, that's interesting.
Look, this world's Melora may be kinda. Mine is not.
No.
Why is there so much still in there? Like, he kind of looks at Diedrich's head and then looks back.
It makes a new one. Everything that was there is kind of still hanging around.
Teo sees Melora, makes sure enough is left behind that he gets the message. Don't
Look.
fucking do it again.
Val, can you help me out? Just
Straight to the face.
Oh yeah. Fucking power washed this bitch. It's straight up like Diedrich it feels like your younger days when you first started training. Honestly.
just kind of hold my thumb up.
Power wash any dried blood off of him. Just as golden shiny as you were previously.
Just saying something because I don't know when the last time I washed the armor was.
It's been a minute. You're gonna need more than one power wash to get all that gunk off, but
It stinks.
you yeah, that would have properly power washed it. You do kind of gotta like in the eye slits for the Galia. You do kind of gotta pick out a fragment of skull, but that's not too hard.
It's fine. Like I get everything back in there. Everything fits. It fits about like it's supposed to again. I'm like,
Oh yeah.
we're good.
It's like an
My-
eyeball still stuck in it, just staring out.
No problems.
All right, we should probably get moving soon. We can't really stay in one place for long, thanks to he gestures vaguely at the mark.
Are we gonna loot the crap out of this place first?
Hell yeah!
Mm-hmm.
Everyone,
Was
oh
that
fuck
even-
yeah!
I guess you did take some brain damage. Damn.
Just making sure it's things.
Is Diedrich still up right now?
Yeah.
Okay, I nut tap him.
Poof.
Did those grow back?
They did grow back.
Yeah. We're good.
Okay, good.
Reproduction is definitely part of Melora's whole thing, so
I say good. You know,
Unfortunately for
It's
the world, he is
unfortunate
fertile again.
for the future generations.
Diedrich is again capable of creating offspring, which is a detriment to all of us.
Yes.
That's scary.
Yeah, he just starts chewing on.
From the movie pool, they got the one that was left got momentarily bigger from the 250 points of damage he dealt. But what's the plan?
Have some breakfast and get going, I guess.
mm-hmm.
Have some breakfast. You get going. That's too easy. Let me show you something I've been unable to show you up until now. A map!
A map.
It has space that makes sense.
As
Disgusting.
heading down from the circular Jesus Christ, the cylindrical spire of the steps that go around it. Looking out across the city, the streets make sense. There is a large, like, riverbed. Granted, it's frozen, solid, in between two halves of this city. Originally, you couldn't even get close to the barrier enough to confirm what it is between the two halves. But you can see there is, you can see solidly, intangible, not intangible, but in some form of tangibility, the other half of the city, with the large spire just on the edge, just outside the walls on the far side. Over here, you have the large square where people started appearing and a scene started playing out. And way over here, you have the academy. Still a series of blocks, but no longer shifting in on themselves. Where would you like to go?
I mean, I assume the most fun things will be where we fought the mind.
That would make sense. You do still notice as you're descending at various points across the city, there are still those dazzling pink, blue, green, pink, purple, and green lights just periodically at various points. The city is not uninhabited still. And the academy?
Yeah.
How would you like to go there? Want to beeline it? Want to take a stealthy approach? You want to fuck around, find out?
I mean, stealthing past balls of light isn't super easy, so let's just go beeline. Fuck it.
We'll
Fuck
send it
it.
several
Okay.
hundred, couple football fields away.
Do we need to carry you, Diedrich?
I don't need to be carried. My nuts are back in place. I'm fine.
I give him a push to see if he can keep his feet.
He can. He's wobbly. That
Well, you know.
-4, you're gonna feel. You get into anything, you're gonna feel that negative. In terms of saves, I mean, at least you have your aura to counteract it. But
Let's see.
you fucking beeline it. Take the main roads. You kind of got to cut through a few alleys, but then eventually you'll hit the main roads you saw. 17, not a little wobbly. You stand. Cut through a few back roads, and you see there are main streets, almost as if they're intended to go to the fucking academy because it's a big fixture in the city. Let me roll a die. Actually, 2, because you're doing a speedy time. Son of a fuck.
What?
Isn't everyone?
No. Yes. I
I
wrote a disadvantage for your encounter because you're doing speedy time. I rolled a nat 20 and a 19.
Fuck yeah.
So, y'all fucking across the city. And with a couple rangers and the fact that none of you are at slouches physically speaking. Even Kaoth is fairly fit, I believe.
Yeah.
And I know Melkor has a deceptively high athletics for the caster.
No.
It's higher than
For a
Diedrich's.
caster. Oh my god.
You all zoom across the city. At one point, you see down an alley a couple lights, but you know these oozes can't even remotely keep up with you, and you leave them in the dust. A few lights that eventually disappear behind as you turn a corner. Nothing even close to you as you make your way back to the academy, which does look different now. It is still a large series of blocks. But you can, at the very least, because there is no longer a proper map for it. As you step up to it, see Grand Hall, still with a weird geometry, but there are rows of books. There are desks for study. This is a proper academy and not whatever the mind had turned it into.
Fairly certain if we don't bring something back from the library that Clara will be mad at us.
Clara might actually kill you. She will slam that ship into a mountain. And she has the capacity to do so right now. Melkor, you in particular are sensitive to this. Even with your eye in its current state.
Oh. Goody.
There is an ambient residue about this place. There is everywhere a little bit here, admittedly. That's not hard. But in this space in particular, there is an ambient residue left behind by whatever spell the mind attempted to cast last.
Hmm.
You aren't sure what it was. You didn't see it happen. You actually successfully stopped it. But whatever that energy the mind was going to admit, it was something of it was left behind in the space here.
Huh.
That's not good.
That
Absolutely.
it can only be so good.
But without further magical investigation, this is all you know passively.
Uh,
That was wisdom. All right, 3rd level.
Yeah, it just claps him on the back and imbues him with some energies.
is it coming from a particular area, or
It is
is it all just amplified?
distinctly. It is. I will say it is very apparent the moment you step in the doors. It is bound within these walls, whatever
Huh.
it is,
Okay.
within the academy.
Well, let's find out and search.
Let's all go. La.
Whoever wants to
Sure.
can perceive or investigate.
Ooh, that's a tough one. I tell
You have an advantage because you were given Al's wisdom on perception.
You have advantage. Mine's all fucking.
Well,
God damn. God damn. Wow. So that's a 21. Still a crit.
God, no.
Dala?
You're still.
Yes!
God,
Do it!
it's
Oh my
Fucking
god. I will
Here
say,
we go.
you
This
are
is not
going into
ending
this-
ever.
You are no, it won't. You are going into this looking for something. So you make investigation check with a lower DC, admittedly, because you at least have an idea what you want to grab.
God, I thought I was whipped. I at least got a date.
Darla is oblivious.
Despite full nudity.
Yeah, that's.
There is a detachment that comes when you live in the then and not the now.
The only problem is which then is she in?
Not the one where
past.
she's dating him.
Yeah. That's the beauty of Future Sight. There's a lot of thens. But, okay. With these rolls, just passively as you all are looking around, rows of books, so many classrooms and various areas of study with implements, many of which are recognizable, some of which you look at and go, I could not begin to guess where the fuck that's used. Especially doubly so considering none of you are scholars.
Interesting equipment that could double as a sexual.
Maybe.
Sexual measure somehow.
In Diedrich's mind, probably. Immediately, a lot of the things that stand out there is book after book after book on the study of the humanoid mind, of psionics, of the collective unconscious, of applications of psionics, of their origin, it goes on and on. There are so many of the theses written here are on this topic. It is beyond a shadow of a doubt that this academy's focus was upon studying psionics in the collective collective unconscious. I can't remember the fucking term. I'm just going to keep going back and forth. But that aside, there are other topics of study here. This academy was not simply limited to the study of psionics. With these roles, I will say, Argus, you'll be last. You got a fucking 30. Kaothi, Melkor, and Diedrich, give me a D100 roll. Yeah. No, you're just on different tables. Tasty. Oh!
Oh, that's a hundred.
Oh shit! Okay.
The look of the cleric means I'm always going to roll high on D100, and sometimes that's got to work out.
And you know, that is really good on my tables for treasure and such. So we'll start with Keothi. Keothi, there is what you can tell, given your would that be the case? Yeah, it's not hard. It's not hard to tell, even if you're not a learned scholar of sorts. There was a chamber within this academy that was used for dissections and such. And there's not currently anything in it. Aside from, copious amounts of dried blood and calcified limbs, maybe. None of which appear to be humanoid. They don't appear to be monstrous in that regard, at least, from what you can tell. But there is still left behind a somewhat rusty looking, but even still looks impossibly sharp bone saw.
Getting old-fashioned in this place.
Let me see. Where is it? There it is. It is ready looking. And it looks, at a passing glance, it shouldn't be effective. But you've traveled with martial people for a long time, and you've seen a lot of weapons. This thing is sharp.
Ooh.
Somewhere Zell feels a twinge in his arm.
Oh, shit. Well, there we go. You might have your chance. That is the thing that catches your attention.
Mm-hmm.
Doubly so because, your domain has a connection to death and all that.
Yep. I'm absolutely going to grab that, and I assume we're going to pick up some, tiny brains for the sake of having more shit for anti-psionic stuff.
There are...
We're just going to drop on Clara.
There are 100% ammonia-filled containers with various bits of limbs and organs and brains in them.
Great.
I'm just
Should
gonna check
you
the
be...
cargo capacity of the ship? 10 tons we can carry.
Oh, we can hold a lot.
So,
I look up whilst shoveling jars of brains into my backpack, just being like, that's great.
Yeah, cool.
Don't think I'm going to be able to manage to take 10 tons back, I'm not going to lie.
Would be difficult. Yeah, that
we're a
would
team
really...
here. We work as a team. We've got a bear on our side, for Christ's sake.
The only way you're properly going to fill up that cargo hold is if you fill it up at a port, with actual cargo and trade and shit.
Well, we also want to take the observatory, the telescope. That's gonna be a few tons at least.
That's a couple tons. Yeah, that's easily 4,000-6,000 pounds, somewhere in that range.
We will take anything, even if it is nailed down at this point.
No, I know how you. I know how you work. Oh, the pain. But you two. Oh, I know you find Diedrich. Roll me a d6.
D6.
Mm-hmm.
What's up?
6.
Hey.
You find, and it's weird that it stands out to you because it's a book.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It's weird that it stands out to you because it's a book.
Is it a picture book?
But the book has a magic to it that is passively palpable compared to most of the books here.
I'm intrigued.
What ability score enhancing book did you get on bullshit is what this is.
This book, I need to find the name of it. Where is it? It's not that one. It's not that one. It's not that one. The label on the book, given the title, it is the Tome of Leadership and Influence.
Oh, God.
Oh,
no.
God. Oh, fuck you, Diedrich.
And Melkor. Ooh, no, you don't find that. That's something else. No, that's somewhere else, and you didn't roll high enough to find that one. Argus did though. I'll leave that page open. You, Melkor, is there anything in particular you're looking at while I? Or are you just seeing what pops up?
No, just seeing what pops up. I don't really have anything particular I
No.
need.
That's very fair. In which case, you do end up finding what at one point it's near the front of the complex. You do end up finding what may have been where the guards to this location likely would have done shift changes, would have done their reports. It's very there's still bits of like breastplates, long swords and short swords still present. As a repository of this level of knowledge needed to be protected. One thing does catch your mind though. In a place of honor here, kind of, it's hard to say. Up near a armor stand, where a glistening set of still pristine of breastplate armor sits. Beautiful. Look to be short rod, purple crystal tip, similar to the ones you saw the guards using. Hung next to it, wrapped around where the hole to the neck is, there is a strange whip that it's hard. At first, it's a whip. But as you get closer, it looks like it looks more like a tendril, something of a strand of tough muscle, with a sharp scorpion-esque stinger at the end of the whip. That you swear, when you're looking at it, moves ever so slightly.
Huh. Well, Don Quixote's fucking kink of the night. All right.
Argus,
Hmm.
you meander around. You're a nosy bitch. Everyone else starts looking at books and shit, and you say, fuck this. You got a 30. You're thinking, where is the most valuable shit in this goddamn place? And you immediately start looking for the headmaster's office.
Naturally.
And with a 30, you find it. You find large, ornate door, iron bands across it. It doesn't seem to be mostly decorative, just to overstate the importance behind this chamber. Slightly ajar. And inside there is a large desk, books on long shelves lining the walls. There is several chairs, high-backed, on your side where you're standing on the desk. There is a large in the corner of the room, just around to your left, representation of the human mind, with like little iron like rods coming out, like with labels on them in a language you can't read, but it definitely seems to be describing the anatomy of the humanoid mind. And a couple things stand out within this chamber. One, there's a desk with closed doors. That always stands out. A la Kolkumtir. There is a large case to the side that is currently closed. You don't see a locking mechanism on it, but does have almost tied off with like twine with little labels, something in a language that you can't quite read. Inside, a beautiful looking staff with a the wood is simple, probably oak, nothing fancy there, but at the top, affixed to the staff, is a white crystal that catches light at impossible angles. The books in here, all in labels you can't read, unfortunately. All written in this, what you presume by now would have been this place's equivalent of common, or at least a local language. But from the bits you can glean from the few just diagrams available on the walls, everything, and granted, some of this is stuff just going off the diagrams you have studied as well, given that your favorite enemies are aberrations. All having to do with the mind, psionics, its connections to otherworldly powers, and things of that nature. A wealth of knowledge into topics such as this.
Nice. Okay, before I touch anything, 'cause,
Yes, this is all. I assume you haven't touched anything, which is why I haven't described the feel or look
Yeah.
of anything.
I'm gonna drop this real quick, see what I can
Uh,
touch without.
Detect magic, distinctly, from what you can glean, the staff is magical. There is, with the proper detect magic, you can sense ambiently, and the magic you felt only for a moment when the mind was attempting to cast that last spell. You can now sense it. This, with a proper detection, you want to say abjurative sense of magic? Even then, it's hard to call it abjuration. It exists somewhere between abjuration and conjuration, maybe. Hard to say. But the staff is magical. Of a school of magic you are unfamiliar with. You do not have a name for the school of magic the staff possesses.
What kind of vibe do I get from it then? Because like light, like a prismatic staff head.
Roll me an Arcana check.
At this point, I need to just get proficiency on Arcana. We roll so many Arcana checks.
19 though.
I also
It's a
roll really high on them for some
You
reason.
do actually. You're actually there. In another timeline, Argus did not live up to his full potential in this timeline. There is a world where he could have been a wizard.
Became a nerd.
Yeah,
He
yeah, there
became a
was.
But with a 19, the light at impossible angles is not that it is prismatic in nature. It is showing the possibilities of light being caught in the crystal.
I want that.
It has to do with possibility.
Who want that?
Hell yeah. So you said the
Uh,
case didn't have magic on it? Or did it have the...
From what you can glean, the case itself does not have any magic on it. The books all have very weak abjurative enchantments on them, as do the diagrams along the walls.
That's probably more to like protect them from the ravages of time, I imagine.
Likely. A place like this likely protects its books, as a common magic item is the Enduring Spellbook. The diagram of the brain in the corner of the room has a sense of divination magic about it. And there are sources of magic present within the drawers to the desk. That because you cannot see them, you do not know the school of magic because you have to see the glow.
Okay, well, I'm going to touch the butt. I'm going to try and get the staff.
You pop it open. Creaks open.
I grip it.
You grasp it firmly.
I grab the
Verbally
shaft.
grasp it.
And nothing happens.
He kind of lets out a disappointed sigh. So if we all took it away, keep it secret, keep it safe.
Yep. You do see, again, on the handle there is some label in that language you can't read. It seems to be one word, whatever it says, but you can't read it.
Fair enough. I'm gonna go to the drawers, I guess.
You go to the drawers, still even on the desk as you go around. Few paperweights, little figures of brains, and various tools you don't recognize the purpose of. Ink. There is I forgot to mention there is an ink pot on the desk that is magical.
Ever-filling
Gonna grab that.
Conjurative magic.
Yeah, probably like infinite ink, I'm
Yes.
guessing.
Yes.
Yeah. Useful.
Very,
Taking that.
very practical.
Yeah.
People like to use magic for big things. They can do a lot of really mundane things that just save a lot of time and money.
For real.
Not everything's got to be big, world-ending, mountain-lifting bullshit.
That's
Well, you gotta have
useful.
stuff like the unstoppable rod, you know?
Exactly.
It's awesome.
You never know when the uncommon magic item is going to save the fucking day.
The 10-foot pole.
By getting
Wow.
spaghettied.
My
Mhm.
being spaghetti. That is my favorite description ever. But you go around. There are what look to be on the left. There are a series of 3 thinner desks, the type you would keep like pens and implements and such in. And on the right, there are 2 like proper drawers with one central skinny drawer along under, usually, your typical desk layout here. There is magic coming from the bottom of the proper drawers, as well as magic coming from the central drawer.
Any of it evocation?
You cannot see the source of the magic,
Right.
and so you cannot
But-
see the glow, which indicates the school.
But there's nothing on the like drawers themselves. Like
Not on the drawer themselves.
Yeah.
Not at least not on the handle, not on the outside.
Could be trapped, but I'll live. Yeah, I start going through them one by one.
Which one? Mainly, I'm
Oh.
asking for the magical ones. If you go through the drawer or the on the the bottom drawer, the bottom right, or the central like lap drawer.
Oh, let's go for the central one.
You pop open the central one, and you don't blow up.
Now.
Um,
For now.
For now. Popping
Hey,
open this drawer.
fireball, bitch.
popping open this drawer. Few series of again pens, tools, implements, so on and so forth. A few will look to be sealed envelopes that, for whatever reason, hadn't been posted off at the time of whatever the fuck went on.
I'm gonna grab those to read later.
And there is a slightly bigger than your average marble sized glass orb that is giving off a sense of divination magic.
Is this what I think it is?
What do you think it is?
No, the headmaster wouldn't have the the orb of detecting slopes.
Oh my god.
He will take it nonetheless.
Mhm. You
Is
take
that
it
it for this
nonetheless.
drawer?
Your passive perception is stupid fucking high. You notice when you pick it up, there is a scene within it. There's a color change within it as you pick it up.
Of what? I guess I'll like glance into it.
You focus on it. It is currently the scene is showing you. You kind of got to focus, but as you actively focus on it, it becomes easier to perceive, even in this little glass orb, as if the detail is not lost on something this small. And you are looking at a valley surrounded by alabaster mountains. There's a city surrounded by verdant green forests. And mountains around. Give me a nature check.
Yeah, okay, nature.
Real quick, just to see if you notice this detail. Yeah, 14's enough to notice this. At least somebody who spends as much time out and about as you do. One of the mountains in this in this scene almost looks like it has been cut in half. But beyond that, it's looking down at a bountiful walled city in a beautiful mountain forested valley.
Does that look like this city?
No, not even remotely. This place is under sunlight. The architecture is different. The layout's way too different. This city is, I think it would be. This city's a lot smaller than the one you're currently in.
Right. And the like verdant landscape we saw in the telescope, does it match anything like that?
Remind me that one. That was.
It was like what the telescope was last looking at before we started messing with it. On a different plane, it looked like.
Oh no, it's different.
Okay. You'll glance through it for a bit and then pocket it as well,
Absolutely.
and then look at this bottom drawer. I'm gonna check for traps on that one. That one's
Roll
suspicious to me.
roll trap checking, investigating, namely, with advantage because you have detect magic. I'll say, because it ain't gonna be a mundane trap. I'll tell you that now.
Yeah.
This is nothing mundane. You're not gonna find tripwires in the academy's leading 9. You don't see anything. No glyphs on the outside. No weird wires. No strange thread.
Opening everything has worked out so far. I'm gonna open it.
You open it. Give me a wisdom.
Naturally.
It's not aberrant in nature, right?
This one is not. No.
Yeah.
Hey, don't you have such as skills where you get advantage right now?
Okay, good. You. Oh, goodbye. Okay. Absolutely. You open it, and everything just kind of blanks out for you. Zell, you find with your investigation, looking for something that Darla might like. You do find as there are musings upon the other schools of magic, and you find a section of books that, luckily, not everything here is written in this local language. Some of them are written in common, where the focus on them, at the very least, from the few you can read, seem to be focused on divinatory magics. Some of which you get the sense you can read because they are magical and their magic allows them to be read, as evidenced by the fact that you can read them in whatever your mother tongue is. That there's no way in hell they did the writing herein. None of you are that bright, but you can surmise that. You have a decent enough wisdom. One of which you distinctly see is musings upon the theoretical applications and origins of future sight and how it works. Which, knowing Darla, you think she might be keenly interested in. Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Grab it. You grab it. Nothing happens.
Dork. Hey, Melkor.
Yes, as side note, as you all
This will
find
be
these
interesting.
things, you all start to gather together and realize you don't know where Argus is.
Yeah, that's normal. Hey, Melkor.
Mhm.
Oh my god. Yeah. Look, we're intriguingly staring at this fucking scorpion. Hey, Dietrich, come touch this for a second.
Huh? What's up?
Come grab this. I got something for you.
Does it obviously have a handle?
It does. It does obviously have a handle.
Sure.
Okay. Well, then I grab it.
No,
You grab it.
Yep.
You grab it. You know, it
Uh,
uncoils as you grab it, falling off the armor stand it was placed on, and it's almost twitching. Like whips dangle and move, but it's not moving correctly.
Is there like a globe or something? Like something that's obviously not actually important flying around?
There are you open up if you open up like in the chamber the whip is kept in, if you open up like another locker or something, there is like a simple set of breastplate
Okay.
that you could take a crack at.
Yeah, no, I go ahead and kind of take a step back and just give it a good, because I do use whips. So
You do. Is you use a lot of the finesse weapons,
yeah, so I give it a
and
good.
you also S&M.
Yeah,
You
that's it.
you give it a good crack, and you are an expert in weaponry.
Yeah.
You know what a whip feels like. You've cracked many a whip, both on the battlefield and in the bedroom. So we'll have them cracked on you, but that was mainly in the bedroom. And you can feel it feels different. It feels right, but you can feel it almost working with you to assist that crack at the end, which it does leave a hole in the armor. A normal whip would not have done that.
I kind of like just walk up to it. Is there anything like on the hole? Like,
Let me check. Give me a either give me an investigation check.
oh, this isn't gonna be good. Nope.
No, beyond the fact that there is a hole made by the stinger at the end of this whip. You notice one thing that you can't miss. As the whip comes back, as you know, the whip's got to come back. It, as part of its unnatural twitching motion, just lazily almost wraps itself around your forearm. You shake.
Keothi, why is your toys in the armory?
I think these are a bit old to be mine, to be honest.
Like these stories.
Crack it again.
You crack it again. It uncoils the moment you set it down. Give another crack.
Hey, it didn't rip the flesh off your arm. That's great.
Every time it comes back from the crack, it just lazily drapes itself around your forearm. But you can shake it off and it just goes limp again. Still twitching slightly.
Is it like part snake or something? Is this what's happening?
I don't know. Is it alive? It's kind of. I give it a little shake and see if it shakes back. Just like.
It is shaking it back. I was gonna say it is kind of shaking back. It's constantly twitching ever so slightly.
To be fair, probably the only pet that you're qualified to care for.
A weapon.
Well, that's because you killed my manticore.
Ooh, yep.
Ow.
Yeah, that's
Newton's laws are a bitch, and they take place here every time.
Alright, so Argus has definitely gotten greedy and gotten pulled into some other bullshit, right?
Where's Argus? Yoo-hoo!
Hold on. Ooh, I got something for this. I do have something for this. Hold on. Where is it?
God, are you going to use another spell? Is this, are we falling into...
In my state of unconsciousness, I feel concerned.
Yep.
You're trembling and you don't know
Where is
why.
it? I know I have a thing for this. It's supposed to be a part of my Inquisitor thing. I think I didn't.
You'll eventually find the thing on your sheet.
I'm supposed to be able to find people.
That doesn't make you look like an asshole.
Okay, you know
I
what?
got something for this. Give me 5 minutes.
Okay.
Locate object.
Not an object. What locate person or animal?
I do have to preface. Just
I'm
because you
sorry.
think someone is a tool does not mean locate object.
No, I can't find it, but I'll just do it on the last quip.
Yeah,
That's
Last
always
quip is an
good.
object, a distinct object you are very familiar with.
Yes.
Roll me a d20, Diedrich.
Ooh.
8 is enough for some. You sense him from a downward direction, like underneath the academy, for a moment, and then the blip vanishes.
So he's down?
He's down.
I just kind of look at Chaosy with like a weird look at my face and just point down.
He went to hell.
Mhm.
We're all
It
going
says
to hell.
he's
If we don't
down.
change our ways.
Well, then let's get finding our way down.
As we're leaving,
Argus!
as we're leaving where we are, I kind of look at Malcor. It's like, hey, by the way, do you think your Sphinx would want these books?
Yeah. You know what? Hold on to those. Hold on to that for a second.
Melkor breaks open the bag.
You know what? Mage hand.
So just leave the bag in Mage Hand, just filling it up
Oh yeah. That's exactly what's been going on this whole time.
as we're
Oh,
going
yeah,
down.
that'd be
Absolutely.
valuable.
Absolutely.
Couple of explosions happen off in the distance from Mage Hand, you know. It's like, damn it, gotta
Oh,
be
okay, not that one. All right, we'll go to a different shelf. And no, distinctly, none of the books you grab explode, seemingly. If they do, it's psionic and you can't notice.
Ah, what a shame. What a shame. Feel like right at home reading that book then. All
It's crazy
right.
thing anyone sees is I'm sitting here kind of flipping through this book I found as we're walking. I'm like,
Mhm. All of you give me a navigating check of some sort
oh god,
while I pan back over to Argus.
navigating
Would you say performance is
intimidation.
You tap on the earring, he does not respond.
a perception?
I'm not that far.
intimidation.
I
intimidate
would
you?
buy perception. I would allow that.
All right.
KOC doesn't do academies.
No.
Do I still have an enhance ability?
Diedrich, if there's one thing Diedrich's real good at, it's going down.
Yes, it is.
Fair, fair.
Surprised, but it checks out, I guess.
It checks out. Like if there's, I can't recall exactly when this narrative started, but Diedrich is canonically an excellent bottom.
Hey,
Hey.
Look, you can say that,
man.
but tell me I am incorrect.
Whoa,
Exactly.
hold on.
You don't have to be so
The orc?
That is all we're saying.
That orc woman, you absolutely got pegged.
That
No, I did not.
orc woman
Uh-huh.
destroyed you.
No, I
Even
did not.
even if
He's
you were
in-
not pegged, she destroyed you.
You
He's in
didn't walk
denial.
straight for 2 weeks.
100% upset. My pelvis needed to revivify the next day. I will
You gotta learn to enjoy it, dude.
Diedrich, you find it is somewhat difficult to find, as there is a down the east wing, the wing that Argus had originally gone down. You eventually find a portion of wall that looks like it was. That made me laugh. That is slightly ajar, as if it had been slid open. That normally people would have missed pretty easily. And behind it, a set of stairs going down.
Mhm.
Argus, where we pick up with you, you come to consciousness. In a dark area. Do you have dark vision?
No, I have low light vision though.
There is no light. So in a dark, pitch black chamber.
Hey, Rohan, do I still have? Am I still wearing my gear?
You still got your gear.
I guess I fish around for. Oh, I have a lantern. Yeah, I pull out the lantern.
Pull out the lantern. Get it on. You see you are in a cell of sorts, a holding cell.
I'll say this hasn't happened before.
You say that you go to say that, and no sound comes out.
Hmm.
Do I still have detect magic going? I guess I
No.
lost consciousness.
Yeah, technically, yeah, you were incapacitated for a time being.
And I can't see out. Is the cell completely enclosed?
Three of the sections are stone walls, and there are a series of very fine bars on one end. And you do see surrounding this chamber are 3 lines of very intricate runes.
Do they look like stuff preventing teleportation?
Give me an Arcana check.
You say I have advantage because I'm very familiar with teleportation.
You are very familiar with it. Sure. 16. Not only do they likely prevent teleportation, there is likely one of these rings of runes likely prevents noise, and the other two are likely dedicated to prevention of spellcasting of
Yeah.
any form. Almost an anti-magic zone, if you will.
Yeah. Just gonna test. Wait, so this lantern actually works with magic, so I guess it isn't
Oh.
actually on.
Never mind. I thought it was just a straight up lantern.
Like,
it-
I can turn it on with, but it was like.
Do you have a burning
level
one?
2 spell.
Oh,
Yeah, I
right.
have a
Well, in which
burning light.
case it didn't turn on. Do you have another light source?
Yeah. He would have turned it on manually.
Manually, yeah, using normal oil and lights and shit.
He'll touch a hand to the last quip. Any response?
It's quiet.
Yeah.
It is not a
Nice.
common occurrence with the last quip.
No. I'm gonna take out a flask and just have a drink. You know.
Have a pint, let it all blow over in the morning.
Yeah. This wall, does it seem like I could cave it in with the Jabberwack?
You are it's solid stone. I mean, in theory, the Jabberwack could cave in most things. You're uncertain how thick it is, and the solid metal bars that are evenly placed, maybe every 2 inches or so, are thick, well built in. In theory, as long as they're not likely they're magically enchanted, but if they're not, you could probably break it down after maybe 10, 15 minutes of cracking away at a few of these bars.
Do I know how you disrupt a circle? Like, is it enough to just like basically rub out one of the rings or section of the ring?
Your Arcana check is not high enough to know that.
Yeah,
At the
I'll
very
try it.
least, in the realm of magical circles you are familiar with, which have to do with aberration, summoning, and binding and shit. Oftentimes, disrupting, even just breaking the circle's enough. But this is a bit more out of your depth and complex than that.
Yeah. So magic is right out, but I have abilities that are not magical in nature.
You do.
I'm gonna call upon Quantum Comrade and see if I can get that to appear.
It can, that works.
Outside, obviously.
Yes.
And I will. I assume Argus knows a basic sign language. That you probably learned from Zidane,
At
right?
the very least, enough to convey simple points.
Yeah. And he just points to the ring, the circle, and makes a rubbing motion.
Absolutely. You make the jerking off motion.
Listen, I got time.
You do. It sets about beginning to attempt to break the circle of runes. Give me a couple of Jabberwack attacks just to see how much progress it takes. As the rest of you begin descending the steps, and you hear whack, 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 periodically
There he
coming
is.
from down the steps. These are.
No,
course,
they'd have
Galia-
Lena.
I have the Gala going
Or-
full tilt, so it's like, okay.
As you all descend with 6, 7, 12, 19. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Does successfully, after he takes a few whacks with the Jabberwack, does successfully disrupt one of the rings of anti-magic runes. After a few good whacks. Magic still does not function. You believe likely the two were made as a redundancy.
Makes sense.
But the rest of the crew arrive in a corridor. They can see what is a corridor lined with a couple of these cells from what they can see and extends further past where their vision can see.
Yeah, I can only cast light for like 60 feet.
You all see this cell, holding cell, obviously. Outside of which is an Argus with some manner of indication signifying they're from another realm.
He's missing an eye.
He's missing an eye. There you go. Grizzled Argus.
How much you want to bet he's stuck inside?
More grizzled.
More grizzled. And within a cell is a tangible, solid, grounded Argus, who is currently taking a big swig of his flask. Quietly, you notice, not making any noise.
I just look at him and shake my head.
I give him a middle finger and keep drinking.
Yeah, that's ours. Just kind of walk up.
Seems like he's got it covered. Do we just...
Yeah, if you maintain the other you for another round, you're able to get a few more good whacks in and break the other ring. Breaking the anti-magic zone, and well, actually, you don't hear the last quip. But eventually, you do break both of the anti-magic rings.
Is the silence is still there or not?
The silence is still there. There were 3 separate rings.
Okay. But once the magic is gone, he'll just bamf out.
Bamf out, pop outside. Too easy.
Unless the
Oh.
man would have been caught.
What happened?
Oh, you know, found something cool, found something cooler.
Those cells
And,
were made for Horizon Walkers.
Yeah, no.
They were made for mages.
Yeah, I found the headmaster's quarters. They had some
Cool.
cool shit. And a fairly gentle trap, for
Oh.
all things considered.
They would bring you down here?
Wizards.
I mean, there's no way you'd break out without something like this. Like, gestures at the gauntlet. Or my friend. Also, thanks. Appreciate it.
Let's add a grizzled nod, eye
Just a
patch,
grunt.
and a cigar. Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
This is Argus from a very war-torn timeline.
And then, like, vanishes into nothing.
I think I kind of like that one better. He looks like he knows how to party.
Fuck you. I'm not tapping again.
This time it's the right nut. The newly regenerated nut.
Wow.
Gotta get your pain tolerance back up. But yeah,
You're still tender.
exactly. I do the motion, and I don't do it this time.
The phantom pain.
Oh yeah.
And then I tussle his hair.
Difficult to
Through
do
the
through a helmet.
Galea.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Galia.
It's like
Somehow that's worse. That's more like
exactly.
Yeah,
patronizing.
just get it under there and just. But no, outside, Argus, you can see the corridor, the direction they came from, likely the stairs going out of here, and a few cells down the other direction, continuing on into darkness that you cannot see past because it just extends further than your dark vision allows.
I want to look into the cells, see if anyone was in there.
Looking through them, there are 5 of what appear to be these holding cells, one of which the runes are broken on. At least 2 of the 3 rings. They all have similar enchantments by the looks of it. Areas of anti-magic and silence. One of which does have a skeleton in it. Long ago, the garments are gone. Just this place is so unbothered by the elements. It's just a skeleton.
no ring.
Yeah,
No
I
nothing.
think finding
looks like the
Fritcher
rats
alive was
got
a
everything
one-off
else.
on
Yeah.
like things being alive for thousands of years.
Looks like the rats got anything that wasn't bone here.
Bridger managed to pull it off.
That place also kept her alive.
Mm-hmm. In the worst way possible.
Well, unlucky thief. Didn't have anything good.
Oh, well, moving on.
You guys found anything?
I found a book.
Bone saw.
I'll hold it up.
That's a nice whip.
Oh,
Is it still wrapped
and
around his
also,
hand?
Melkor gave me a whip.
Oh. He said book, not whip. Cut out
Well,
there.
I found the book. Melkor found
yeah,
the
yeah.
whip.
It's a nice book and a nice whip. Oh, I found, nothing major. He pulls out the staff.
Yeah, you will see this staff that, in this lightless space, seems to still generate light with which it projects at impossible angles,
I kind of look down on the
fractaling
book and
within itself 100 million times, creating this little source of light that doesn't actually glow.
kind of look down at the whip, look down at the book. I'm like, kind of bullshit.
You
What
can't
the-
be the one that has everything making light, okay?
Like, hey.
All right. There's still a few things. I mean, there's lots of books we can liberate from this tomb.
There
So,
were.
Let's get back to it. But I mean, if anyone can dispel magic, there's a drawer that might have some cool stuff.
Milkor goes running.
I haven't even told them where.
Nope, he's gone. He's.
I just wait for him up there. You know, when I get
Get up to the top of the steps,
to
Melkor,
eventually find it.
and you don't know where the drawer is.
Sure, there's a drawer somewhere.
Somewhere with magic on it of some kind.
Let's use a melted eyeball so you can find that drawer.
Oh, wait. One important thing. The headmaster's chair, is that a nice chair?
Oh, very nice.
Okay,
High
I'm taking
backs,
that.
mahogany.
Yeah, in the
l-
bag.
Take that for my captain's quarters.
Absolutely.
But yeah, while I wait for Melka, I'm gonna take every book on the shelves and put them in a big
Absolutely.
stack.
Absolutely. You just start. There's far. Oh, it was in the headmaster's room.
Yes.
I was like, "There's so you cannot fit the books in the
No, I
academy
can
within
fit all the headmasters.
that you can do. That you can absolutely do.
And then there was a diagram of the anatomy
There
of the
is
mind.
a large, like a classroom globe, sized diagram. Not even diagram, display of the humanoid mind. It weighs maybe 30 pounds. Looks to be
That's
made
easy.
of metal. You put that in the back?
Yep.
You have brain display.
Sure,
Uh,
sure, Clara will like that.
Probably, yeah.
And Melkor. You are pointed eventually. Led like a very excited dog over to the drawer.
You just said the word walk.
Pretty much. And you see there is a closed door.
All right.
The others are still open.
All right. I dispel the magic on the drawer that needs to be dispelled.
Okay. You have to dispel a 5th level, so I need a charisma check.
Oh, I guess. Okay, so it's higher than 5th level automatically?
Yes.
Shit.
It's the headmaster's room. They didn't worry about security as much as Colcomtier did, but he ain't gonna have no pussy shit guarding his desk.
Okay.
Colcomtier was actively trying to kill its intruders. Colcomtier didn't give a fuck. I do at some point. I want like just a little mini campaign of the day-to-day Colcomtier, like mercantilistic dwarven society. That I feel like that would be really fun.
Well,
Put that aside.
it's not opening.
Give me wisdom save. Melkor, give me wisdom save.
Oh, goody.
At least it's already open.
And
Unless you
Diedrich
get
is
is
the-
in the chamber.
Have I
Is
gone
it
yet?
Mhm.
psyche bullshit or
It is a charm effect, if that helps.
I don't think I'm.
It's technically psionics, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that technically helps with your stuff, because most abilities don't have labels specifically for psionics.
Yeah.
The blood sacrifice.
21.
With Diedrich in the room, you don't. You have a 25, and you don't know if a 21 would have succeeded, but a 25 definitely does.
All right.
As you feel this wave brush over you, the drawer is still closed because that happened from the dispel magic.
Open the trapdoor.
My turn.
Alright, I'll help you out. and I give him whichever one it is.
Oh, come on, it's my turn!
Eagles. Can you cast dispel
Yeah.
magic?
Yes.
Sure, go ahead. Be my guest. I keep forgetting you know
Good.
magic.
Do you?
I'm
Are
okay
you?
with
Are,
that.
are, are you?
I
okay,
won't
are you
enhance
casting
ability.
enhance ability? And
No,
are you
no,
casting on the? Okay.
No, he has
he
it.
thinks he's got it, right?
Let
Give
the
me-
wizard. Let the wizard do it.
You cast
Our
the spell
resident
magic.
mage.
You cast a spell magic, Diedrich.
Yes.
Okay. Give me a charisma check.
Can I guidance?
You can
this?
guidance.
No.
You can, in fact, guidance this.
Melora cannot help you, sir.
I've got this.
Okay. So, fun fact, Diedrich.
Oh, God.
That's actually a 1.
Yes.
Because you're at a -4 on all ability checks.
Yeah.
So
Forgot
you
about
cast.
that part.
You attempt to
Mhm,
cast the spell for the
mhm.
first time ever, and just and without even a moment break in between, you throw out this spell slot, and psionic magic floods your mind. Give me a wisdom save, as
I
it
love
just
you.
it's like it's like a beam struggle, except there's no struggle. You throw yours out, and it just gets overwhelmed by the psionic magic. And Diedrich just stands up and starts walking out of the room.
That went well then.
Burst out laughing.
The resident mage had.
We need to get him. We need to get him a wizard's cap. You know.
You mean a dunce cap?
You mean the thing
Same
he's
thing.
already wearing?
And yeah, I enhanced ability Melkor.
You just let Diedrich keep walking down the hall.
He's probably just going to
Stupid.
put himself instead of one of the prison cells. We'll go
I
get him.
just
It's
assume
fine.
it's him, like in shame, walking away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Diedrich leaves the
I-
room and turns down the hall.
Okay. Advantage, charisma check. Guidance myself.
Absolutely. Give me charisma
Mm.
check at advantage with a d4. That's enough. This time, having witnessed it and giving a little more, realizing, okay, it's not some pussy shit. You give it a little extra gumption this time, and the spell fizzles seemingly. At the very least, you don't feel it rebound and flood your mind with foreign thoughts.
Listen, I was inspired by Diedrich's folly. That's all it is.
Yes.
He softened it up. He opened the jar up a bit. You know.
I believe that's what this entire campaign should be called, Diedrich's Folly.
Diedrich's Folly. You have dispelled the magic.
Open the drawer slowly. To keep keep the suspense going.
You slowly creak it open. There's a slight wind.
Open the drawer!
You start to see pages, parchment become visible. You open the door. Within which there are a number of dividers, folders containing parchments. And at the back of which there is a segment as you pull the drawer all the way out, where all the folders and dividers are kept near the front, and in the back half of this, there is a maybe baseball-sized black stone made of some obsidian-like material with strange runes running across it. Runes, you don't have to roll for this. You've seen enough of these by now. They are aberrant in nature. They have a basis in deep speech.
All right, Melkor, I'll do you a deal. Okay.
I'll
I'll take
Gosh,
it into
gosh, gosh.
possession, but we can take a look at it later when we're on the ship. Okay. Deal.
Sure.
I kind of look at him suspiciously because I didn't expect him to agree to that.
Bastard.
But yeah, then I'll use the Jabberwack to safely put it into a container.
You grab it. put into a container.
Of course, said mine.
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 But it's in deep speech. Gosh,
Oh,
darn
yeah.
Gosh, gosh,
Enough.
gosh, bagosh.
Not
put-
any of your pardons.
Put in a profane screech in there somewhere, and you're probably close.
I'm gonna call this profane orb. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good term for it. Because as you grab it, with the hand that contains the Jabberwack, you do hear something, Argus.
God. Don't
You do
give it
hear
enough.
a voice in the back of your head, in common, a almost echo to the voice, worryingly human sounding.
It's just Melkor fucking with you in the end.
Are you the ones that defeated Mind? And presumably, knowing Argus, you just throw it in the bag and say, "Fuck it."
Yeah. We don't talk to Eldritch Abominations just yet.
Not yet.
Dane.
The resident expert.
That's why I said
is-
just yet. You know, we talked to Dane afterwards after we realized he couldn't do any more harm. Well,
Yeah, fair.
not really.
Not as a bowl.
That's a bowl.
Some of them just talk to him willingly.
When I do hear it, do I get the same? Does it feel along the same line as when Dane speaks?
Give me an insight advantage.
I just saw time for a blood sacrifice.
13. It's hard to say. Dane, at the very least, Dane distinctly now feels like you've got a worrying amount of experience in various forms of telepathy now. And Dane doesn't have the feel of an aberration anymore when he is present in your mind. It's hard to tell if it's because of the orb that the communication is seemingly conveyed through, or the individual on the sending side, or whatever have you, but there is a different quality at the very least.
But like all psionic telepathy has like a root in aberration, right? Like
The
aberrant
basis,
stuff.
psionics innately are based in the aberrant.
Yeah. So
They
checks
come
out.
from the far realm in just their basis, but to varying degrees, some of which has gotten pretty far removed from it, admittedly. But this does have a feel to it that Dane's telepathy does not possess. What that is, the 13, it's impossible to say.
Okay. But yeah, keep
But
it
the
safe
voice
for
that
now.
comes through has the intonation of human speech. It is not alien in its thoughts.
I mean, I only heard like one phrase, but was the prose similar to the brain when it spoke to us?
No, the cadence was different.
Okay.
The brain, this one was more, I want to say, not quite affirmative. This one was more stoic. The mind was a curious entity. This one felt like it was doing a job.
I remember. Do I speak any languages that Melkor doesn't? I guess like GIF and Undercommon he doesn't, but nobody else knows though.
Virgin knows Undercommon.
Yeah, but in Undercommon I say it spoke.
Should we break it?
Not yet. It's always an option.
All right.
You said there were also books in that drawer?
There are folders dividing in pieces of parchment. In labels, you cannot read, but Melkor can.
Go on.
There are 3. One of these folders. Oh fuck! Come on.
Tax returns.
There we go.
returns.
My screen went dark because I haven't needed to touch my mouse in a while. One of these says mind's preparation. Another one says calamity exit strategy. The next one says
Connection notes.
applications of research into the collective unconscious. Collective subconscious, collective unconscious. I always get the term wrong.
Melkor's going to take all the files
In the collective subconscious. Jesus Christ.
and stuff them into his bag.
You share with the class?
No, it's tax insurance. Tax forms, insurance forms, acquisition sync stuff.
You know that's
very
bullshit. And you'll never
Yeah.
get to see that orb again.
That's exactly what it is. I have to translate this first, all right? Leave me alone. Something about an exit strategy, a calamity, and some bullshit with the mind.
You didn't think we needed to know that?
Where am I?
Diedrich, at about this point,
Oh,
you
shit.
come to in a cell.
I knew he'd have walked himself to a cell.
Distinctly into a different one than Argus destroyed.
Of course, it's different than Argus Destroyer. Why would it be the same one that Argus Destroyer?
You look to the right and there's a skeleton. You realize, oh fuck, I'm in that one.
I gotta poke around the skeleton, see if there's like anything lying on the ground around. I'm like,
No, this thing's been here millennia. No.
It like falls apart in your hands.
He was
It's
wearing
like
a bikini or something.
you touch the arm bone, it
Yes.
just busts. It just there's no more rigidity left to this.
Oh.
Fuck
It is
I thought-
calcium dust at this point.
For
okay,
bones.
I gave it one good attempt.
The mace is no longer magical, so you give it a whack. Yep, actually, technically, it doesn't even actually hurt because the vibrations are dampened by the silence spell.
It's kind of at that point, it's kind of shrug, pull my book back out, and start reading. Like, okay.
You start reading your new book?
Yeah.
The book gives you insights on how to be a better leader, on how to talk to people, to better convey your points and ideas, how to better express yourself in means of conversation, both auditory and written.
I love the caveat to this. too.
Basically, what you're telling me is I'm reading 10 Ways to Get Laid.
Or how to make friends and
How to
influence.
make friends.
Yeah.
Or leadership
Yeah.
for dummies.
There it
Yep.
is.
Could
All
also
those
be.
are good. All those are acceptable.
Here's the thing, though: is Diedrich going to be patient enough to read it for how long you have to read it?
It takes a
But it
lot.
doesn't have the magical effect, right? It's
Not
just
right
a
now.
book at the
The
moment.
reading he does right now doesn't count.
Your book doesn't work. I hate it.
You see, well, there's nothing else he can do. Like, none of his stuff really has the slapping power. And also, I can't split myself in two like some cheating clusterfucks. So,
No, the best you can do is immolate yourself, but that might not do you a whole lot of good here.
like, good point.
The rest of you realize Diedrich never came back.
I suppose we should go find him. I mean, you guys did for me.
He has been, and for Diedrich, he has been quiet, which incites a fear in everyone.
Mhm, mhm.
It's kind of like when a child is silent. Like,
All right, back to the dungeon.
Yeah.
You go.
Whilst we're walking on the way,
Yeah.
can I see if any like soft furnishings have survived in this place for this long?
Chairs still there. Couches. There are stuff in the hallways here. Things that, at least from Argus's previous detect magic, are not magical. Matter of fact, there are a number of things. A number of the books here aren't actually magical. Some of them are just books, and they are here when they should have crumbled to dust centuries ago.
But like soft furnishings, like cushions or curtains, like basically shit I can take home to mum because I did promise her something.
Absolutely, absolutely. You can get some like couch cushions. Some of the classrooms have blinds that can be drawn, all with interesting like geometric designs upon them. All very mathematical, but still pleasant to look at.
Yeah, I'll grab a couple because that's something that can be taken while the thing's been broken down.
Absolutely. You all head back to the cells and see the one Argus was in, empty. Go down the next one, see the one Skeleton was in, and see Diedrich there reading.
It really did a number on you, huh?
He doesn't notice us, right? Because he can't hear us.
Roll me a d4, Diedrich. You are leaned up against the wall, facing one of the other walls. So with your Galia and limited peripheral, maybe not immediately.
We should just leave him to it. He's reading. I've never seen him read.
That's the worrying part of this. Like, whatever it's done to him, we maybe need to put it to an end.
Well, when I woke up in there, it felt fine.
Yeah, but you also started drinking, which is normal for you.
Fair point. Right, we need to rub out these sigils, so just start whacking them. And I hand whoever is nearby a pickaxe.
Between a lot of you. I like to imagine the anti-magic ones go first. You give them a few whack, jab a whack pickaxe. Takes a few swings still. They're well made, well enchanted, but they're old. Even for enchantments purposes, they are old. And I like to imagine the flame on the Galia turns back on, making it easier for Diedrich to read. But doesn't notice that, the light's on, turns the page. And then eventually...
How is he reading?
Oh, yeah, that's right. You don't have dark vision.
I was gonna say, did we leave a light on down here?
No.
I like
He's
you went
pretending to read.
Reddit, though. He was pretending to read.
Yeah, because it's pitch black down here.
Hey, shit!
God damn.
The light comes back on. Diedrich, I can read now. Turns the page. And then eventually, Diedrich hears a couple whacks as the silence ring breaks.
Around the corner.
We're interrupting something?
I got to end the.
You're in the dark, buddy.
Yeah. I don't know.
Proud of you.
I slipped the book back into the Clifford.
I give him like a concerned look for his mental health, but nothing else. It's not one Argus gives Diedrich very often.
Jesus.
He whispers to Keofi, "Are you sure your spell went off correctly?"
I did what I could, alright? I've never done that before. I don't know what it might have missed.
Fair enough.
I've heard of people coming back wrong, but not usually with the mind magic. Oh.
I mean, his head did explode.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'm creating new neural pathways as we speak.
Yeah, you got some rewiring to do, homie. You got.
Hey, the trauma's not as bad. All right, let's get behind this damn thing.
I would say there is still a door that is still present that needs to be unlocked and opened.
Oh,
I
got this.
Oh god, he's gonna blow it up.
Open sesame.
Oh,
Fireball.
not using shatter on the door.
Yeah, I thought. What do you do, Melkor?
Now you shatter on the door. What do you think I'm going to do?
No, I had to check.
Using knock.
I just like
No. I use
halfway through
knock.
holding my thieves'
I
tools
do
up
knock.
and just
I
like,
use knock.
okay.
Okay, a cacophonous bell chime.
I get everything, all the motions for shatter, and then I just do the
and then you just leave a little ding, and the cacophonous ding reverberates down the corridor, and the door open.
Dust off my leathers and just kind of start walking back up the stairs.
Yeah, we still need to unlock that, Diedrich.
What?
Melka didn't manage it. The draw.
Hold on.
Roll deception, Argus.
I assist him.
Roll deception at advantage.
I see deception. I'm blind. I deceived myself. I just need to beat a 14.
Fuck,
Yeah, easy.
I forget you're really good at. I forget you're actually really good at that.
I think we're all liars.
Oh yeah, we're all liars.
Oh yeah, except Diedrich, who's too dumb to lie.
Who's got the lowest charisma?
Does Diedrich not actually
No.
have deception?
No, I don't. It's I have intimidation is the one I chose.
Uh,
So I haven't. Yeah,
But what's your
No.
charisma,
No.
Phil?
my charisma is 4. So it's I'm an 18 in charisma right now. So
Rookie.
All of you are fairly charismatic. What's Zell's charisma? I think he's the odd one out in the charisma metric.
That's not too bad.
That's still better than average.
That's
That's
still better than.
yeah, for the barbarian, +2 in charisma.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's what's your charisma?
5.
Really?
Yeah. It's been 5.
That's why you
since
wanted the
beginning. There's the reason why you got the book.
Yeah, same here.
Oh,
Yeah,
you don't
You-
say.
you're all on that wavelength.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
But-
god.
You fish Diedrich out of the cell.
Why
Diedrich
do you-
apparently they still need some help with that lock, that magic trap.
I adjust my braces. And I'm like, I start heading back up the stairs.
I give a knowing look to Melkor.
Head back to the headmaster's office. You do notice most of the things have been taken out, books, the diagram, and such. And there is that closed drawer, Diedrich.
My friends are evil bastards.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. This is.
You cast a spell magic, Diedrich.
Oh my god.
Diedrich, do you cast a spell magic?
Yes.
You spit in your palms, rub them together, and cast a spell magic. You feel no resistance whatsoever.
While
Roll me
he's
an-
doing this, Melkor's has one of the folders out and he's reading it. Just
Oh yeah. roll me an Arcana check, Diedrich.
God, this is not going to be good.
At a -4.
Yes.
4. Diedrich, you simply overpowered the magic to the extent it could not help but succumb to your dispelling. You are indeed a mighty spellcaster.
I'm sorry.
Do you open the drawer?
Yes.
You throw the drawer open, and it's completely empty.
We're just chuckling.
No, wait, hold on.
Laughter.
Can I, as a cantrip, right when he opens it, can I put like a minor illusion of all the shit that we found inside?
Roll sleight of hand.
Oh, that's nice shit.
'Cause Diedrich
But if
moves
you're
quick
using
and he
charisma,
throws
it's
that bitch
magical.
open. No, because it's the components. He has to get out quickly.
Yeah.
I believe in you.
I'm gonna use my lucky. I'm gonna use
I'm gonna,
Oh my
no, I'm
God.
gonna give him advantage because I'm like distracting Diedrich. But like, well done.
okay.
I'm looking impressed.
I don't fucking need it.
Oh my god.
We really are the worst friend.
You are a horrible friend. Give me that sleight of hand check at
I want
advantage.
to use guidance, but I really don't think I could do it.
You probably don't have time. Diedrich moves fast.
20.
Diedrich, inside, there are a few folders and a black stone.
I'm just trying to grab the stone.
You grab the stone, your hand passes through it.
So I don't even actually look up.
What was that?
I don't actually look up. I kind of reach into the quiver. I think the first, I think whip, and for some strange reason, probably that one whip just jumps into my hand because it's excited.
Coils around up the arm.
That one. It's freaking like I shoved it back off and I reach in and try to grab the other one. And I just come out this snap, crack it in front of whoever's closest. I'm just spitting. Yes, sons of bitches!
Crack, 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 crack. It's hard to hear in between the whip cracks, just flailing about like an angry man child.
And I'm attempting to chase them while cracking this whip at somebody. Which I imagine looks freaking ridiculous, but
It's hysterical to say the least.
What is he doing? Is he trying to? Oh, okay. If you come after me with that whip, I'm just gonna pop you into the sand dunes again.
oh, you know I'm coming after you with the whip. That's happening regardless.
You gonna send him to the sand dunes?
I'll just do this to him.
You cast Wall of Text.
Temporal displacement. Because it works for me in the end.
For a moment, Diedrich, you're in the desert. Rolling dunes as far as the eye can see. It is warm.
All right, everybody hurry up and put your fucking old people costume on.
You have 6 seconds.
I shift my face.
After 6 seconds,
I adopt a hunch stance.
roll me a d6, Melkor.
Oh boy.
And please roll a 5.
Well, also, I put my hood up. So I look really
We
stellar.
need Cat by Melkor.
I believe I already have number 5.
Oh my god, I think you do.
We've been fighting with his cat ears this entire time.
That's right.
I haven't looked at a mirror yet. That's the whole point.
None of us told
right.
you. None of us told you.
Nobody's told me.
Oh,
So I have 1. I know I have
I forgot about that.
5.
you already have one at all times.
I have number
What's
4.
going on?
I know you have 4 and 5.
And I think I've rolled 4 and 4 twice actually. So
I think so. But now,
4 or 5, and now I have 1. I do have 4 markings though.
yes, now your eyes are filled with a strange electric blue energy.
Oh, this adds on to him coming back. Here's the fucking meditation, bitch.
And Diedrich, you pop back after 6 seconds in this endless desert.
Melkor runs up to him. Where have you been?
What the fuck's wrong with your face?
We've
You see
been fighting him for 5,000 years.
You see Argus standing with a staff, holding himself up. You've returned! Finally!
He just looks old.
Yep.
Diedrich, it's been 5,000 years.
We kept coming back to this place.
Every year!
So, see, right there, that moment right there, I know you'd be full of shit.
Yeah, immediately the deception is dispelled.
Yeah.
Probably that hand. Yeah. We came back.
Oh, we had him going.
Oh.
It was mostly.
And then you lost me.
Everybody stands up.
Here's Zell over here. What's up?
If it helps, I would keep coming back to this place just to take the piss out of you once you finally got back.
That I believe. See, if you had said that, I probably would have believed it.
So everybody stands up. All the affectations of age leaving them, except for the arcane energy within Melkor's eyes stays. But hey,
Of course, something wrong with your face.
What do you mean?
Yeah, the ears. Yeah, they've always been like that.
What do you mean I got ears?
You didn't know you had ears?
No.
How have you been hearing?
Well, you don't really need ears for that.
Well, you needed to
Yeah.
be like
Most
functional.
animals do.
Yeah.
Humanoids do.
Well,
It's
The
not
Doctor Group, it wouldn't
but
be
it's
wrong.
not for that.
I don't know if it's his fetish. but-
Everyone immediately. I mean, that's not the case.
Just wasn't the reason for it.
Melkor,
well, we could.
Melkor pulls out his fucking mirror.
I was gonna say, I think Melkor's with a pane of glass.
Yep. You pull out your mirror. First thing you notice is the electric blue energy emanating from your eyes.
Hmm.
The second thing you notice is that you don't possess human ears. Your ears are on top of your head. And very
Are they right next to my horns?
probably
God.
You look like a goat.
a little bit.
We will call him the Thunder Goat.
That feels bad, and I'm not sure why.
I don't know why, but it feels wrong.
I don't care.
Why do I have cat ears? All right.
The other one with cat ears. You just showed up with cat ears one day.
It's not the
Yeah.
weirdest thing you showed up with, really.
Yeah, we kind of fucking knew, so we just didn't say anything. I mean,
Well,
I say that,
You
but-
did.
No. I was wondering what the hell happened to his eye. So, the cat ears. Nobody else
Oh.
was saying anything, so I just
The-
accepted.
Oh, right. You don't know what's going. Yeah, he's got a mark. Something is hunting him. Bad.
What do
I
you-
guess that's another thing. Does the blue overtake the shining of the other eye, or is it just one eye?
It kind of.
Or does it
It-
blend?
Well, to be fair, your eye, that eye is still kind of regenerating. So
Now
it's
we
hard
got
to say.
14 days.
The one you can see is glowing electric blue.
Ah.
The other one, yeah,
Oh
the
my
other one.
God.
Yeah, that's about right.
Actually, yeah, it's a lot like
With
that.
cat ears.
Yeah, with cat ears.
Yeah.
It's just that.
Wow. Well, I'm going to rethink my whole existence right now. I have cat ears.
Was that okay? I thought you were.
Well, we
going
can-
for a goat.
We
thing,
can
you know,
stay
or-
here and mock Diedrich and
Oh,
Melkor's ears for the rest of our
Must
time. That would work. But we should probably check out that spire if we're done here.
Yep, keep
I-
looting, keep
Yeah,
mocking
we can-
Melkor.
Well, we can mock
Oh.
Melkor on the way.
Oh, 100%. Say again?
Yeah.
I've taken literally every book there was here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
he
We
was
are-
rated.
We are taking everything that's
Yes.
not
I
bolted down.
I can inform you, just passively while you were gathering all the books within the headmaster's office.
Yes.
The vast majority, like a solid 80%, were written in the language you don't recognize. All in that same script, same tongue. Melkor's able to read it. There's too many books for him to go through at a moment, having to magically translate that.
Give me a nice quick.
With a spattering of other languages. Couple common, few are written in deep speech. There may have been a couple likely written in any number of other strange tongues. Draconic, Giant, Primordial, Sylvan. Nick Sylvan off that list. They don't have much to do with psionics.
Oh, we can always come back here. We don't need to tell anyone about this place, but if you want any furniture, anything nice on the ship, now's the time.
This is a very nice place. Very
Hmm.
somewhat gothic. geometric shapes and designs, also artfully designed and beautiful looking. Cushions, couches, seats. There's an on-site dormitory if you have the means to carry a whole ass bed with you.
I'll take some paintings if there are any, or tapestries.
Oh yeah, there's definitely tapestries. There's a few paintings that will look to be at one point with the garments you've come to recognize as the garments of scholars within this city of
What-
dignified individuals.
Okay.
Tapestries are absolutely tapestries, all depicting the general idea of human thoughts coming together in some way, shape, or form.
Very esoteric stuff.
Oh yeah, very much so.
Yeah. I definitely grab a wizard hat and robe for Diedrich another time.
That's free. You can do that.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean, now this place is cleared, could we get Clara to bring the ship in? Could we just, like, push a bed off of a wall somewhere and onto the ship?
There are still those sludges, the slimes. We want to be a little careful, but
They couldn't
Yeah,
get
sure.
up too high, could they?
I mean they can get anywhere they can like slide up basically.
Listen, he's being a cautious owner. He just got this brand new ship. Okay.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, well.
He doesn't want to park it around the block. He wants it in front of the house where he can see it.
She can hover over and attach a rope to lift anything up though. Sure there's balconies here.
There are absolutely balconies, and admittedly, it's a bit difficult because it's still kind of blocky textured outside. So you kind of gotta try a few doors until you find balconies, and there is, with the not rushed exploration you're able to do of this place, roof access.
I assume that'll do.
Wanna let her know?
Sure. Hey, we're turning the ship into a moving van if we can. Follow the flare. You should see that the whole area is kind of safe to fly into now.
All right, I'll bring it in. If there's any psycho bullshit, it's your ass.
I will get bullied if we had a problem from both you and her, so, we've got that now. And I'm just going to cast a light cantrip and, on a ball and throw it up in the air and back down.
Eventually,
Occasionally.
just keep hucking it up here and there. Just
Yep.
grab a few pieces of rubble, cast light, just huck them up, cast out another rock, just huck it somewhere, just
Mhm.
absolutely. Oh god, the map's freaked out a little bit there. There it is. We spell jamming, boys. As the ship, that's a big fucking ship. It's not that big. Not on this map. But you see it start to descend. Given that it's a spell jamming ship, it can just kind of vertically just lower itself into the city proper. As you see her periodically looking over the edge, going back to the wheel, descends a little bit further, stops, looks over the edge, starts bringing it in.
I'll just get out, do the backing up motion.
You're
Stop,
good, you're good, you're
I
good.
need
Stop.
I need a ground crew. I'm not trained in astral ships. I barely get water once. Ah, fuck. All right. But eventually, you will ground guide her in. Did I hit Diedrich?
Unfortunately not.
Yeah.
I was aiming for him. All right. And the loading bay opens up as she brings it in on the roof of the academy. And then Diedrich Kung in the way of the loading bay as it lowers. Oh my god. She walks on down, carefully looking around, and there's no more psycho bullshit, right? Right?
There are baby psycho bullshits, but
Listen.
not up here right now.
No more weird mind whammying bullshit. I don't want to deal with your parents again. Just point at Melkor.
Nope, most of them are just, and I'd like dip into my bag for one of the little brains with legs. Most of them are just like this.
Oh, babies.
Ooh.
Yeah, we'll leave you to explore this. Frigga can stay. He says with a knowing look. We'll go
Oh, yeah,
check the
what-
spire.
Yeah, what the fuck is this?
Oh, it's a library. It's
It
an
was a
academy.
library.
She leaves.
Yeah.
We've grabbed a decent amount of stuff you might like too.
Yeah, it's
so
cool. She's
yeah, yeah.
And I look in a vague direction of following her, where I assume Frigga is.
Frigga
Give a nod.
looks at you and does this like, yeah, I'll keep up with her.
Thanks.
Yeah, don't pretend.
She's slightly put out. She's very tsundere.
Also, this is full like trailing your girlfriend around the shopping mall territory.
True.
Kinda, but Frigga might not be aware of that.
Yeah, the
But
trope
it-
is lost on her.
Yeah, it's 100% the case.
She's very, she's very Sunandra.
Mhm.
You can still run, right, Diedrich?
What's up?
You can still run, right?
Yeah.
Racing to the spire?
You gonna cheat?
What's cheating as he activates haste?
It's off after him.
How far away is the spire?
It is as the crow flies. Oh fuck! I think I know what you might do.
I might actually be able to beat you
from-
even if you do that.
Yeah, I have to move.
Or maybe not.
It is this structure here, so about 700 feet away.
Okay,
as,
okay,
as
hang
the
on, let
crow
me-
flies.
Let me see. I have 5 spark points.
If for those that have to run, the shortest distance. It is about 800 feet.
What if you leap across rooftops like a badass?
These sloped rooftops are not conducive to that type of parkour.
Even with ignoring difficult terrain?
Using the drone.
If you had spider climb, I'd allow it. I'm talking these are like 60-degree angles down. If you had spider climb, I'd say fuck yeah. But you don't.
See, if
I mean, I have a climbing speed.
You have a climbing speed.
If I'm traveling at 80 feet per turn, that would make my long jump approximately.
It's your strength score.
Oh, also, I'm thinking about lateral movement too. And then using the boots, that's another approximation. Probably come
To
up
be
with-
fair, I was gonna, if I had the spell slot, I was gonna do Dimension Door, 500 feet, Diedrich backwards.
Oh,
Oh, wow. I don't need the help. I don't need the
Isocross,
help.
like in the snow. Like,
If I had teleportation, I would so help him get to it because I want to get to the spire first. But that's a totally different reason. Ooh, should
Okay, so on my
summon
first turn, I can do 640 feet running.
what?
by using every single one of my spark points to give myself an extra bonus action, which I used to dash.
Okay.
Still slower than Ash, and that was before the shit.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, but that's still terrifying.
It
But
was
yes.
horrifying the fact before we got this stupid shit that Ash was still faster.
Yep.
Let's see.
Look,
I
if you
use
need
my
someone to
spark-
wreck your city, she's your girl.
hmm
Okay, so if I
you know,
use
Diedrich might be able to use the slipstream to get some extra
yeah,
speed.
well,
There's like a
that-
vacuum left behind.
Also, one of my abilities is basically a bastardized haste. So,
Although, to be fair, her abilities to run would have let her run on sideways roofs as well, so she would have just gotten there in the
She
first
would've
round.
done it as the crow flies, because monk shit.
Uh-huh.
yeah, monk shit.
Some bullshit.
Possibly sent the next round going vertically up the tower. So
I'm doing it all backwards.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the starting gun would have fired.
But yeah, at the second round. So after like 12 seconds, Argus is set up.
Jesus Christ.
Man, I hope we don't have combat with
yeah.
anything.
I mean, I could come back.
Deidre, do you have a similar means of getting there within 2 rounds?
I'm doing math here because my base speed is 40. Then with the belt, it's 80. So dash is 160. If I use my spark, that's basically hasted, and then that costs 2 per time. I have what? 5, 6, 5. Oh no, wait, okay, 5.
While they're doing their mystical dicks and calculations, I'm going to identify. I'm going to ritual cast identify on.
It'll take a minute because they take 12
Yeah.
seconds, and that takes
Is it-
10 minutes.
Perfect. That's fine.
Uh,
I'll be chilling out on the ship while they're. I'm like, well, I'm just gonna wait till we fly over there anyway. So
Yep. You-
it's gonna take 10 minutes to get over there after we get everything off the fucking
As-
onto
Got
the
like
ship.
I only got like 500 and something.
Okay, well, it's still 2 rounds. Technically, because of speed, Argus takes 8 seconds, and you take 7.5. No, Argus takes 7.5 seconds, and you take 8 seconds, effectively, to get there. Is what this means.
See, when I get there, it's like a freaking comet literally is tearing through the city.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like-
there.
it's like it's-
Argus just leaves behind like a slipstream. You leave behind a trail of fire when you get there.
It's just like I hit like a comet to stop myself too. It's just,
August looks back, noticing he was very close. Not bad. Not bad.
you bastard!
I don't go easy. Come on. Do you know me?
Going to get one of them to teach me how to haste.
Right.
And then Argus vomits from the haste.
There it is.
Yep. Luckily, Deidre does not have that drawback at least. So
Yes.
Deidre gets
Right.
unemotional victory.
Yes. That's kind
Not an actual victory though. Let's make that clear.
You know what? Hold on. So, Diedrich, I have a question for you.
What's up?
How well is your newly recovered resurrected body while you're doing this?
Oh God.
Shit.
No, didn't think about that one, did you?
Fucking collapse.
I'm now in
wanna-
a fetal position.
You
You laugh, but then you're probably almost dead again. So
I throw up, and then he just like has a heart attack.
Yep. Roll me a con save, Deidrich.
Oh, fuck.
I was gonna wait for the adrenaline to pass, but it's
to
been
be
brought up.
fair, to be a dick, it should be a disadvantage, but that's just me.
-4. You get
I'm so
there.
happy you have a
And you laugh as Argus vomits, and then the heart rate starts to catch up, and all the pain and your limbs.
I'm
And
just kind of
Hey.
next time, slide down on the ground next to him.
yep, as what is functionally due to the nature of your death, what is functionally a migraine picks up. Welcome to my world, Deidre. That was me.
I'm sorry. This is an
Pain I
entertaining.
know well.
I'm like, okay.
Adric, you lay there. Spot.
I'll give him a
Painful.
fist bump while nobody else
You
can
will know
see.
pain.
Agonizing, numbing pain.
Who knows we're actually best friends? It's just
Oh yeah. Kaothi and Melkor are left looking at the Diedrich and Argus shaped dust cloud they kick up. As Melkor just sits down, breaks out the magic items. Just here we go.
Oh, do you think you could do this after you're done with yours?
Sure. I mean, I don't have one. Unless Argus gave me the staff, I'm pretty sure he kept it.
He definitely kept that.
Yeah, so I'm like, I gave the whip to Larry.
Yeah, Diedrich. Melkor doesn't have anything to identify.
I don't have any. That's why I was like, I'll identify Kaothi's.
Yeah, okay.
Play then.
Oh, Melkor.
I'm like,
I didn't get anything. The spire will have them.
I have a date with an obsidian orb. Thank you very much. So I don't want to hear anything.
It's a double date. Thank you very much. It's a double date.
Oh yeah, yeah. You'll be off to the side.
Uh-huh.
Waiter.
To be
The
fair, Melkor
waiter.
got the full lens set as well because he knows what he's after.
Oh yeah, I do have
yeah.
the lenses.
That is awesome.
I will identify it. Pull out
Absolutely.
my black pearl.
That'll take about 10 minutes, and 12 seconds into it, we'll cut over. During that 10 minutes, does Kaothi do anything?
I guess if everyone else is fucked off, I'm starting on moving crew duties.
That's fair. You can grab all the furniture you like. Outfit this bitch. Pimp my ship.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Absolutely.
The softest shit, and then like I don't know, cure diseasing it just in case there's.
Just in case.
I don't want mites in the soft furnishings. That's not a good
That's fair.
thing.
That's very fair.
And we're gonna need to get some like expansion of the ship from like within the like magic
Yep.
ship.
Once there, it is possible to get upgrades on these things.
Yeah, we're gonna spend a ton of money on this ship.
I should just take Demiplane and have my own little fucking pocket dimension inside.
Oh,
my
la-di-da.
I've realized in giving you a ship, I've given you a money sink.
You need that.
Yep.
Otherwise,
Yep.
we'll just fly like important shit.
I've given
Instead,
see.
we'll buy
something.
You gave.
Giving you something you can blow tens of thousands of gold on and feel good
You
about.
will-
gave
I will play it
them
with
money
adamantia.
pit.
Yeah, I gave Argus a money sink and everything.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, though. He's given us leeway to use certain parts of the ship as we see fit. So that means
I just
we
need my
are-
chart.
I just haven't told you guys yet.
Yeah,
I just need my
basically
chart,
a,
that's all I want.
a mobile base. Yeah. Means you can put it in your lab, whatever magical bullshit you want going on that Argus doesn't like nix.
Yeah, no aberration, no portals, none of that.
Why would
Not even
you
one!
assume
Why would you?
anything? I would.
But
I
Dad,
would
I would
never
never do that.
I would never do that.
but Dad,
But
why?
Dad!
Oh,
That's all right. It's the first time something explodes. Clara is going to be grounded too.
Yeah,
And
Oh yeah.
that's why we need a pocket dimension in this ship.
the two of you fast chuckle fucks. I'm not even gonna roll an encounter roll for. Even if you do pass by the puddings, they have no chance of keeping up or even noticing what passed by them.
Well, while we're like there, after like a minute or two of like retching and recovering, I'm gonna bust out like a tea set, so we can like
Yep.
sit down, drink some tea while we're waiting.
Absolutely.
I
Just
tried
really
to
rub it in.
try to get myself semi-vertical.
It hurts
Yep.
a lot.
Ooh, I know what I do. I like pull them up, and then I use the rod of like unstoppable force or whatever it's called, and use it to prop him up. Yeah, like put it behind his armor.
There you go. Prop him up nice and cozy,
Oh,
like.
that's brilliant.
That's good.
Great item. It's a great item.
It's a damn one of the best.
Amazing item.
hmm The two of you over here at the base of this tower see a. It's hard to tell how tall it is. The perception of it kind of changes. It could be anywhere from 100 to 1,000 feet tall,
Ooh.
So that's a very drastic
As-
difference in height. I just want
and it
to
changes every time you look at it.
Since defeating the mind, has like the look of it changed in any way, or is it still just its normal?
It is nothing. Nothing about it changed other than you could cross over to the other side of the city and get close to
Ooh.
it.
All right, this is great. I'm excited.
As the two of you looking up at this large, it looks like it is constructed of several massive coils of this black obsidian-like material
Mm.
that almost extend up into the sky, coiling and wrapping around each other like cabling almost. And at the base of it, there is just a walkway leading up to some steps, where there is a entryway of sorts set into the base, where two of these coils of obsidian like rock meet. And in this entryway, there is a large ovoid orifice that is lined around the edge in this black stone, this obsidian-like rock, with impossibly intricate runes going all the way around without ceasing, one leading into the next seamlessly, and almost look like they still shift and change in the moments you're taking to look at them. And in this orifice, there is a swirling, Argus, you don't have to roll, you just know what this is, gate. A planar gate of sorts.
I advise not bringing Melkor anymore.
You know, the smartest people are the fucking dumbest people sometimes.
That doesn't look good. That's bad, right?
That doesn't even cover it.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure my brain's working right.
No,
Don't
it's
touch it. I know that shouldn't need to be said, but don't fucking touch it.
Come on.
Through the gate,
I'm not Melkor.
through the gate,
You're
can
you.
through the gate, you can make out the faint outline of what looks to be a city street with architecture reminiscent of the city you currently occupy.
That's not good.
I'm gonna take out my I guess it is still a telescope. Yeah, the monoscope, whatever. And try to glance in. I'm gonna cast protection from evil and good first,
Okay.
as a precaution.
So first, I will need a perception check. Taking into account you are a Horizon Walker, and this is kind of the thing you deal with. Depending how that goes, I will need a Wisdom save at advantage with Diedrich's aura.
Oh God! Oh boy!
A good thing I did a race with Diedrich, not someone else. God damn,
Ooh.
Okay.
it was a bad day.
You do perceive,
Yeah.
at the very least, you do see things. You see
I
across the
see
other
too
side.
much.
You a little bit. You see a city street, buildings, posts with like lamp posts, but lit with like continual flame spells and such. Beautiful architecture. Still looks like it's in its heyday on the other side. People are there, going about their lives seemingly in garments you've seen in past visions of this space. And things start to unravel from there. The sidewalks along the main pathways are made of bone. The lampposts are constructed of spines layered on top of each other. The windows, the frames are constructed of teeth pasted together in the shape of the window frame. Everything is made of some horrible, fleshy, humanoid material. And the geometry of it, the idea of it, there's a moment of it, even in the protection that just you saw a bit too much. And roll me a D100 roll.
Well,
You looked into the abyss, and the abyss looked back.
You caught just a little too much detail for your mind. As nothing immediately obvious is wrong, but you feel weird. Your mind has to recoil, and it's going to take you. Roll me a D10. You're going to need a few minutes to recover from this jarring sight.
Yeah, so like Diedrich sees like August, in
Yeah,
his
and I kind of
former jovial state.
Yeah, I
And
got
then-
to grab him and pull him back over to the tea set. And I'm like,
It's
okay.
like his arm starts to go slack as like his eyes like glaze over for a bit, and he doesn't say anything, but he's definitely like a little shaken from this experience.
Bring him over to the tea set, give him a couple slaps. Hey, Captain, right here. Bring it back. Bring it back. No, I don't want to know what's on the other side of that thing.
And after a few minutes, he kind of shakes himself off.
After about 4.
Yeah.
Assuming Dietrich does nothing, but just let him have a moment.
Oh yeah, no, I'll let him have it. I understand.
Okay.
The crazies.
Then you won't know what madness that was. After you kind of shake it off and center yourself, repeat some mantra, get back in it. Luckily, you had teammate. You soothe your nerves. You ground yourself in the here and now and in geometry that makes sense. That is proper architectural materials upon a human level.
He goes to sip his tea, puts it back down, goes into his pouch with his mushrooms, and puts some of those laudanum mushrooms in there.
A little in there.
Then puts a few more in there.
Line the jaw, get the full horseshoe going.
Can I offer Dietrich one?
Go ahead, pop one in, like it's one of those kind of days. Okay, I got you. I'll partake with you.
Feels good.
But the only real thing you experience is it's like an anti-anxiety thing, but it also makes your eyes like kind of like sharpen up a little bit. But yeah, that's about it.
Why do I suddenly feel calm? Is this what normal people feel like?
No. Well, not in our line of work.
The voices. Where did the voices go?
Where'd they go? I missed some.
They're the only ones that don't pick on him.
Whatever this is, we have to destroy it.
Destroy it!
Oh, too easy. Should we destroy it before Melkor gets here?
As nice as that would be, I don't think we can without everyone here. And even then,
So
he
should
just
we
looks
rope,
up at it.
should we rope and stake Melkor to a spot before he gets here, or
It's a good precaution, but he's gonna come over on the bead. When you're done, make sure you hurry over here. This is concerning.
I mean, we're probably already.
even for me, it's got the bad.
I think we're already heading that way.
About a few more minutes on the identify.
Yeah. It's probably gonna take that while, anyways.
She could stay there on the ship. That's fine.
By the way, remember that conversation we had about psionic fuckery?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think she.
Chaos is getting asked.
But the rest of you, Zell, what have you been doing in this time? Fair. That does make furniture acquisition a lot easier. Too easy. You all hear this. There's a couple minutes left in the identify. You can take the ship over or wait for the identify to finish and then walk or do whatever you will.
We'll take the ship over.
Okay. It won't take long. It'll take, maybe like a minute to bring it over.
Perfect.
You can, you don't have to interrupt your identify to do so. You all see the ship get up. At one point, you do hear shouting coming from one of the windows. You better keep that thing visible. I swear to fuck if we get left here.
All right.
Clara shouts at you. You will bring it over.
Uh-huh.
Like a minute or two left on the identify as the ship lands near this tower where you all see the similar sight I described before.
You guys good?
I got a headache.
Yeah, don't look into the gateway. Not even a little. Melkor.
I'd love to talk right now, but I'm focusing on something.
Oh, right. He's like
He's
zoned out on the ship.
mid
Never
look
mind.
out with the thing in his hands with the bone
And
saw.
he just says, "Don't look at the gate."
Imagine he's just staring at it intently. Like,
anything here worth stealing, or did you just look at that bad thing and then just piss around?
More like we have to destroy that bad
And
thing.
we can piss around.
Well, yeah, that goes without saying, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's usually
We
what
have to
we
do more work.
Life is work.
Well,
Life should be stealing for a good portion of the time after work.
We did some stealing, but yeah,
stealing.
Good portion. Good
we got
portion.
responsibility, don't we?
Now that I think about it, I've done a lot of bad things. My bad.
Are you
I gave him-
figuring this out?
I gave him some mushrooms.
Oh, it was that bad.
Oh,
I haven't seen
Yeah.
you use those in months.
Having an existential crisis.
Well, sometimes they're still helpful. But yeah, we need to destroy or close this thing. Any ideas?
Would I be able to get a crack at working it out, given that I can eventually make a gate?
Run that question by me again. All the words went in and went right back out.
I don't yet have gate,
No.
but I will be able to. So would I have any chance of working out how the best way to destroy it would be?
That will require an Arcana check.
I guess we'll
glad-
assist. So I have. Well, yeah, I guess we're all assisting, right? Like chipping whatever we
I would
know.
love to help once I get told this is done.
Yes. If you wait for Melkor, I can show you what Bonesaw does.
I assume we're waiting to assist Melkor when he's here because.
Yeah,
he's the
he's the
most
one
likely.
that knows the most.
Let me drag this.
But I'll give it a go now anyway. I will guidance myself.
I'll go to show the Bonesaw to everyone. Show you what it does.
Everybody will be so happy if you net 20, just so we don't have to worry about Melkor.
There's the
Close.
Not nat 20, but
Dirty 20 is pretty good.
Dirty. Dirty 30.
The Bonesaw is also up for people who want to see what it does.
Holy crap.
Ooh.
It's nasty.
I didn't know we were playing Vampire.
I said, do I
that
wanna
is
give them this?
nice.
I said, do I want to give them this? Fuck it. I'll give them this. Why not? It's a baby's first Vorpal weapon.
And I do have medicine.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
pretty spicy.
18 save, yeah.
against the fucking limb. Granted, most things are good at con, but still, like, that's a fucking limb.
Yeah.
Could be a head, could be an insta kill, depending on what it is. But
So do you roll for the limb?
Yeah, it's got the roll table below.
yeah, if you spread out,
There
those
it
are
is.
example
Yeah,
tables.
there it is.
I would have
Ooh.
to take into consideration if there was anything that wasn't bipedal or quadrupedal and winged. But
Ah, yes, the horrors.
Take a wing off.
yeah, that's the other thing I was less worried about. Most things you can't really take a limb off because they don't have limbs in the proper sense. They're like brains. So
Just take a single leg off of Scuttling Brain.
yeah, pretty much it would do nothing, but it would do more. It would do more damage.
It'd
Which
be
luckily they have that
hilarious,
caveat
though.
built in that if you can't get a limb, it just does more damage.
You can easily modify the dragon table.
Oh, it's not too hard.
Yeah.
It's just when you start fighting weird shit that I gotta get creative.
Fucking,
or I don't gotta get creative and I just say roll more damage.
Mhm.
But with a dirty 20, looking at this, on this side, this gate is such a level of complexity and magic that has gone into it to maintain a permanent gate, which between you and Argus, you can discern this is. Oh, these squares make a circle.
Yeah, that's legit what it is.
Yep,
It's kind of what's going on with me right now, actually. Just
a little bit.
tell me I can go outside.
All right, what's
You-
going on? No.
You do not possess the means to disrupt this gate on this side, barring you do something fucking stupid.
Ooh.
Remember that
I don't-
scroll?
I don't know what that would be.
Scroll would have done it.
Oh, it destroyed a lot more than just this game.
Oh yeah, but you know.
But considering the size, complexity, and magical power coming off of this was likely made by many archmagi.
Oh, so level 10. Yay. That's fantastic.
Okay, so do you want the bad news or the worst news?
Yes.
So
I don't care. It's all lovely at this point.
we would have to do something enough that we would probably destroy ourselves to disrupt it. Unless we're through on the other side at the time.
That's the far realm. So
Uh-huh.
going in there,
That was the worst news, that it's easier on that side.
going anywhere in there, like even for someone who's trained, is well, it makes going to hell look like a cheery walk. It's not impossible, but we can't just go in half-cocked.
Do you think we could call in a favor? Do we even have any favors left? No.
I mean, I could talk to Zerdan because this is almost above our pay grade.
Ooh, what about those guys at the academy, the library, and the magic guys? Yeah, okay.
Honestly, I do not want any fucking wizards
Yeah.
looking at this shit.
Hey, Diedrich, wizards did this.
Like I said to Diedrich, the smartest people are sometimes the fucking dumbest. Fucking wizards.
Well, why don't we get someone dumber?
Please.
Look at Diedrich. The dumbest are also the dumbest.
Oh, I got it. If the smartness made it, then we use the dumbness to break it.
You start seeing spots again. He's my. He's
I don't know what to do with you anymore. Milkor sits down because his head hurts now.
Yeah, I was just saying, if he was strong enough to break the spear,
I mean, could we not, like, tell the High Bearer or that gnome lady and make it
Yeah.
their problem? Because
No,
this is
right?
this is their
Really?
plane. We were just kind of here for the Chained Oblivion shit.
yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, where's
Yeah,
the
no.
dragon?
We I mean, I trust an adventurer more than a wizard when it comes to this shit, especially one that is actually a like bona fide hero, unlike
Yeah.
us.
Wait, we're not bona fide?
No.
Or like we're not heroes.
Anti-heroes, if anything.
Yeah, we do too much stealing and like debauchery.
You're an
Oh, no.
intern. Diedrich, intern.
A sub-hero.
not even a sub hero.
Well, it's a
He's a
sub
sub.
and a hero.
He's a sub.
I've been an intern a long time. I'm pretty certain by now.
yeah, your paperwork's through the process. Don't worry about it.
No. I want to talk to these people because you.
Well, as
and you
well,
need
as-
to get my point across.
the LR member of our branch, get over it.
our
Anyways.
branch. You say that like it's not just the two of you.
Exactly.
You say it like it's not just you. Like
Shh. I said,
You're keeping something from me. I think you're keeping something from me.
no. Why would I ever do such a thing? Anyways,
Yeah, I think that's our best shot. Let's go tell our friends.
Yeah, we'll tell our friends.
Let's hurry. I'm
Uh,
gonna get on the ship.
yep.
Come on.
We have to go back for Clara. We kind of left her
Yeah,
there.
we'll grab her.
Yeah,
we won't
yeah.
leave her.
If we did leave her, she'd somehow figure out a way to find us. And
She would fuck me up so badly.
She would kill you.
I fear none of you like I fear her.
Hey, Lilith.
Hmm?
Can Melkor look into the?
God.
Because of course he does.
You want to get a good look in there?
Good look.
Give me perception check at advantage.
I'll give myself guidance.
22.
22.
You
Jeez.
see through. You see less of the surface than Argus does. You see what's going on, which is arguably worse because you have a innate understanding of these things as opposed to an intellectual understanding of these things.
Mm.
You see a space. You don't see streets filled with bone and windowsills made of teeth. You see people. Thousands upon thousands of people. Unified as one.
Ah,
And I need a wisdom save.
there it is.
hmm
All right.
I think with Dietrich here, you can technically make the save. It's higher for you because you see shit Argus doesn't see.
I'll get lucky. I'll use lucky. Some adventure.
I'm curious. When she says like unified, does she mean we are legion because we are many unified, or
Oh shit.
All the squares make a circle.
All the squares make a circle.
Unified.
21?
21.
Roll me
Uh,
D100.
Yes.
Argus's was high, yours was higher.
Let's see what I get. Yay!
At this point, I just turned back just in time.
Hey,
He knows
Answer
the,
to
he knows the secret.
answer
Yeah,
to the
answer.
universe. 42.
roll me a D10. Melkor.
But does he know the question?
That's true. You know the secret, but you know the question.
8. As you all begin to get up to head up to the ship, Melkor assumes the fetal position and begins babbling.
So every night.
Fucking
None of you have to roll at this point to know that he peered into the beyond.
want to kick him in the stomach just to relieve some. Like that's not going to wake him up. I just want to,
Yeah,
wake
just to
him.
feel better about it. Yeah, I was going to say,
Uh,
he's muttering, all these squares make a circle, all these squares make a circle.
And then I instead of picking him up like I would normally, I just grab him by the scruff of the neck and just drag him.
Clutching knees full, just babbling nonsense. No language, no nothing. Babble.
I grabbed the other shoulder. I'm like, oh.
It's almost and this
Probably
is where
babbling in deep speech, to be
a little bit.
honest.
I was gonna say it's worrying in its own regard because it's not dissimilar from the babbling of mouthers.
Wait, I know what I should do. I cast silence.
That's not a bad idea.
You drag him onto the ship, throw him in a room, throw silence in the room, leave him in there for a little while. He's gonna be out for a few minutes.
Fine. You know what? It's for the best.
I pull out my own flask that has some McGrath stuff in it. I
What-
take a sip and offer it to Argus.
Yeah, I
What's
take
the
a
cell
long swig.
doing? What's Cell doing?
What's Cell doing?
Zell.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Functionally, yeah.
Yeah.
I actually I put the hat on him, the dunce hat, the wizard hat.
Yeah, you put the wizard hat on him. That's fair.
When it's done. I know exactly what the hat's for. I don't even have to be explained, and I just victory pose.
Yes.
Walk out.
Not Melkor. Diedrich is not the first one to have to wear the dunce cap. As Melkor babbles for the next 8 minutes.
Yes. This is
The rest of
great.
you, while Melkor is out of sorts, we'll say.
I should have cast Intellect Fortress. That'd been great.
I don't think it would have helped.
I don't think it would have helped, but it would have been entertaining.
We'll go get Clara, I guess, and
Yeah.
don't report this.
Mhm.
He'll
Like,
take a moment to
Guards.
attune himself to the ship again.
Takes him
And
transfer command over.
yeah, and then Mooniverse up so that the rope is ready to grab him, but he's not like landing.
Absolutely. As you head on over, as you fly on over, nothing capable of bothering you appears seemingly. You see there are piles of books on the roof in the time you've been gone. Only to see after about a minute passes, a couple minutes even. Clara coming up with the bag, about to turn it inside out before she looks up. Are we going already? Frigid coming up behind her, holding so many books.
Yeah.
Damn
No time.
it.
Get everything loaded. We're going right now.
Well, I at least need you to land for a minute. I got a shitload of books here.
Tell you what, I'll swoop down and just push them off and get them on the deck.
All right, fine.
I
So
can
we gotta
repair
leave.
pages that get
We
injured.
gotta go. Like Melkor's been turned into a babbling idiot more so
That's
than
good.
usual.
That's
Not why
every
we have to
adventure
go.
we go on.
Every
This
adventure.
time it's bad.
Yeah.
Fine. You bring the ship down. She gets over. Her and Fred just start hucking the. In the time you were gone, she got about 2 piles of books made from dumping out the bag of holding, dumping them onto the ship. Her and Frigga hop on. All right. Let's
All right,
go.
What if we threw a bag of holding through the gate?
Oh, come on. You gotta do that
what-
when Melkor's still conscious.
I don't know, Diedrich. What happens when you divide by 0?
I kind of look at Argus. I was like, "You want to try it?"
Bad idea.
When I
I've seen
said
it
something
before.
stupid that would kill us, there's a reason it might work.
We have already determined that the smart made it, so the dumb need to break it. I'm just saying.
Okay. Here,
Okay,
I'll
hold
explain it in a way you can understand. That will move the portal somewhere else, and it'll
Yeah.
move it somewhere worse than
Or
here.
it could make it even bigger or consume the whole plane. You never know what could happen with the D100 roll.
It's bad. Frigga, I want to try something.
What?
Channel your energy into the ship. Let's see if we can get some more speed.
Could be interesting. All right. You and Frigga make a wisdom check. You use the same. Well, you're beginning to use the same magic she's learning.
I'm going to cast the enhanced ability again
All right.
on both of us.
I was gonna say you might want to help her because technically she's at disadvantage because she's not a horizon walker.
She'll get there. Well, no, she won't be a horizon walker. She'll be a plane walker.
She'll be a plane
That's
walker.
not the same.
No.
Wisdom. Can I make? Can it be a planar magic check?
For you, yes, because it's that kind of magic.
Sweet.
Granted, the goal of this is to get your magics close to each other and resonate. What's your proficiency bonus?
5.
5? Good. That means because you gave her advantage, which cancels out her disadvantage, you are within 5 of Frigga's roll.
Oh,
Which
good! It
means-
did blow up, and we all didn't die.
Everyone explodes. It's not pretty. It sputters at points, but working alongside Frigga, who still has a rudimentary understanding of this magic and how it works. The fuck is that? Oh, I remember what that was. You're able to give the wasp a bit more get up and go while traveling, as you kind of bear the magical burden, so to speak. And you, where are you going?
Directly to, I forgot the name of the city.
Vasselheim?
Vasselheim. Yep.
Vasselheim is way to the west of here. Actually, hold on. If I zoom out, it's actually quicker. Nope. It's actually the exact opposite side of the world, more or less.
Fuck. I guess we'll do suborbital flight.
Yeah, I was gonna say. It is. Wow. Holy shit! It is actually suborbital flight. You go to the astral sea and then bam, bam.
Yep.
It really is just suborbital. Welcome to the sci-fi game. You didn't know you were going to play.
Could I just
Thankfully-
sending them and make it their problem?
2 uses of plane travel, which she can't do yet, but you can, Argus, and you all pop up into space above the mountain ranges on the northern edge of the continent of Isora.
I mean, sending is good, but I want to make sure this gets there in person. A bit too important for that.
Fine.
Responsibility. I know you hate that word.
Next to Diedrich again because he's cold.
It is
It's-
suddenly
I
fucking
want to
frigid.
be off this plane.
Oh yeah, too gentle for you. I forget. Yeah,
I will fuck you gently with a bone saw.
your friend you have a good time.
You land the ship well outside of Vasselheim.
Put my
As-
back on.
You realize they have protocols for airships, and you are not welcomed in the landing.
He's right on the edge, though. Like he is definitely skirting the law.
Really tempt him. Oh, yeah, absolutely. This is not a place you want to fuck with the law. But you're technically not breaking any laws.
Hello.
You've been allowed in previously, and they give you more sass, but they cannot disallow your entry.
Yeah, just briskly walk past them without really acknowledging them.
You're still given the brief questions, just a few, making sure you're on the up and up, making sure you're all right, and not about to cause the city harm, and you are allowed in. Where do
Would
you
I
go?
be able to like drape my cloak slightly over Kaothi a little bit so that he's a little warmer?
Probably. Yeah, there's no reason you couldn't.
Just whether or not he would allow it.
Anything that makes me warmer, yes. I'm not a picky bitch.
You see a head poking about where my chest is supposed to be? Just
You have to check the time. Because of when you were over there, you flew, you did some things, you rested, which means it would have been no, because of the timing on the opposite side of the world. It's damn near midday here.
Nice. Although that would have stopped us, unfortunately.
Not that it would have, but it's convenient because everyone's up and about doing business and such.
Yeah, I cast locate creature for Pike.
You locate. You are familiar with Pike, out to 1,000 feet. Presuming you're not actually a bunch of fucking dunderheads. Sometimes you are. Admittedly, I think because of the planar travel and the suborbital flight, it does not take long, and Melkor, I think, still has a few minutes of dribbling when you arrive.
That's how much we hurried. Wow.
Absolutely. I mean, it takes. I think I said it takes a minute for planar
Takes a
travel.
minute, yep.
Yeah, so it's a minute for planar travel. 1 out, 1 back. I mean, that's 2 minutes. Plus the time you took for conversation about it. It's been maybe 5 minutes. And he's got 3 more to go.
How long is this going to go for? Should I fix him?
It didn't take long for me, but he's an idiot, so who knows?
Yeah, for you it wasn't that long. That also said, we don't know the exact cause of it. I
Well,
don't know.
it's arrogant to the
I don't.
aberrant plane.
Yeah, I don't know if that's
That's
a butt
all.
I want to touch.
Do I feel like a lesser restoration would hit this or that it needs greater?
I would ask for a medicine check, but you've dealt with a lot of madness at this point.
Lesser
Lesser restoration really only touches physical maladies.
hmm
Maladies of the mind need greater.
Well, it would take diamond, so maybe waiting 10 minutes. And if it's really going to stick around, I'll do something then.
All right, we can wait.
You give it a few minutes. After a couple minutes, Melkor, the babbling stops, and you are back, somewhat recovering, at least from the alien entity or entities. You're not sure whether to call them many or one that you saw, and you were the proverbial ant getting a look at the circuit board for a moment.
Ah,
I kind of come. After I check inside because at this point his room actually has a slide slot on it, so we can check on it. So I kind of go in with some mushroom tea, with some shroom tea, and I'm like, okay.
gonna run out of shrooms at this
Yeah, I was
this
gonna say
rate.
you are burning through them bitches. You need another batch. You keep this up.
Well, we do
No.
want to go to the Underdark, unfortunately.
Melkor pushes the TOA. I'm good.
Yeah.
I remember everything I saw.
Trust me. That won't fix what I just saw.
They make you feel better.
Dietrich, never change. And he walks and he just walks out the door.
Never change. Hell no.
I just follow him out and start drinking the tea and fuck it.
No, yep, you all are joined together on deck.
Hmm.
And I know my
Ah.
place, so I slide over next to Coyote.
Just straight underneath it.
Yep.
Face basically like a cat that's just gotten wet.
And the five of you are gathered together on the deck.
I should probably put my disguise hat on.
Yep, you take off the wizard hat and wonder when the fuck that comes.
Done that.
Put on the disguise hat.
My hat of disguise.
Slap that on. Change your visage.
Ugh. Look like a fucking human right now.
hmm
The core.
And presumably, you all head in. Locate creature attempting to find one Mythpike Drickfoot.
Indeed.
You baby.
You're not complete fucking dunderheads. The first place you look, knowing that she is a follower of this Everlight, is the temple she was last working in. Because you all are dumb, but you at least have decent wisdoms amongst you.
Mhm.
And once you get within 1,000 feet of the temple, you do sense Pike's presence.
Yeah.
Take the roads around, number of people going about their business, hardy, battle-hardened folk, most of them, going about. Even the traders look a little hardened up here. This is not a environment that is kind to people.
Mhm.
As you head into the refurbished small temple of the Everlight, and see inside a few folks going about. At the moment, it's midday. Kind of sitting at a desk off to the side, with a few papers in front of her. Currently eating a sandwich that is approximately the size of her torso. And a drink that looks distinctly like some manner of ale. You see the gnome known as Pike Drickfoot in golden robes, smile on her face as she is downing. She slams the ale in front of her and makes a quick note on the paper, not noticing your entry at the moment, as a few folks are going about prayer, tending to the temple, general clergy things.
It was impressive.
Stride right towards her.
Mm-hmm. You approach. She will notice eventually she's a high wisdom character, shockingly, as a cleric. Will look up, sees you, takes a massive bite of this hoagie. Hey there! What can I do for you? How are y'all? How are you Oh my, how are you doing?
Could have been better. We got
I
on
died.
business. He died, yeah.
Oh, that happens.
My head
You look good
exploded.
for it, though.
Oh, don't encourage him.
Got a gate starer.
Slightly done. Chaos grew me.
Listen. Many
Yep.
is one is many.
He is not okay. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like you dealt with some weird shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Aberrant.
I haven't done anything like that.
But this is your plane. Well, you're the protector of this plane, or one of them. And this is an important situation. There is a gateway to the outer plane
Oh,
in, I think it's called Iselcross?
I don't know.
One of the islands there.
I don't know much about Iselcross.
We'll get familiar with it.
To be fair, it wasn't reachable by creatures with sanity for a little while.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know whether to say that's good or bad. That's something.
Yeah, we did a thing.
Oh,
We've dealt with the majority of the threat that was residing there, but the gate remains, and without crossing into the outer plane, we aren't able to destroy it at the moment.
And there are gates to the outer realms there.
Yep.
Ah,
The one major one, at least. Although we didn't go looking around, maybe.
hmm. I mean, I've been in some pretty bad places. How does it compare? I don't. Which outer realm? How does it compare to Pandemonium?
At worst.
Oh shit.
I mean the far realm. Sorry, not outer realm.
Oh,
Get confused sometimes.
that is worse than Pandemonium.
Yeah.
All the squares make a circle.
Oh. Hmm.
If I don't know if it means anything. This was in Academy. What was the actual term? Somnus? The Somnus Academy, I think?
Some of them.
Yeah. That was their society.
Those
Oh,
any
yeah.
mean nothing to me. Hmm.
Probably a good sign. Probably means you're not insane.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, to be fair, I'm not like I'm follower of the Everlight. I haven't read a lot of books.
Fair mood.
Me too.
So a lot of that stuff, that's above me. But if
But I
there's
think. Go on.
but I mean, but if there's a gate to a place like the Far Realm, I mean, I've only heard bad rumors about that place. I mean, the Tempest might be interested in that. That place is the Far Realm's like everything unnatural, right? That's its whole shtick.
Say the least. It's
Mhm.
you know
Putting
Illithid?
it might have.
Oh, we've dealt with those.
Yeah. Things like Illithid, Beholders, all stem from the Far Realm. And those are the normal ones. There's much worse out there.
Okay, I think I'll get in touch with the Tempest then. We might need to have a chat about that. That's definitely up her alley.
I think you understand why we didn't bring this to wizards, considering it was made by wizards.
Yes, that would be a problem. I know there's a big organization of wizards over in Isocross that would have loved to get their hands on something like that.
Yep.
Yeah, even the locals told us to stay clear of those guys.
Cerberus?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've heard rumors. I've got a buddy of mine who dealt with them a little bit. Nothing good.
You think this Tempest can handle this?
Well, if anything, I mean, she's leader of the people whose sole purpose is to maintain the balance between here and the elemental planes, opening and closing gates to there. Mostly
True.
maintaining the balance of them. So I mean, if anything, I mean it's just a gate by another name, right?
Well, it's of the gates I've seen, it's definitely one of the more stable ones, I suppose. But still a gate.
Which means in theory, the Ashari should be able to deal with it. That's like their whole shtick. I'm pretty certain. I only mostly understand it. Druids don't make a lot of sense to me.
To be clear, we're not hoping to dump this. If you need our help, we are more than happy to help. But
I mean, we'll
I
have to.
will give Argus the stink eye.
Yeah, so I'm looking at it like,
I mean, we'll have to have a look into it first. Presuming you have the map, you'll show her where an ISO cross
yeah, I
about.
mark it on her map.
Yeah, Mark, give her the waypoint. I mean, I can have a chat with the Tempest, and we can discuss if we need some hands on deck, because apparently the whole closing gates business is kind of labor intensive. I'll make sure to send you.
You might have to try a few times. We'll be on different planes.
Other planar. Okay, that's fine. Those usually go through. That shouldn't be too big a deal.
Unless they don't, which
It's-
happens more than it should.
or is that just to us? Does that just happen to us?
Us.
I think it's just an adventure thing.
It's just terrific. It has a tendency to happen. Thank you for this. I'll have a chat with her and see how she feels about it. Let's show her where it is. Maybe we can take a look. This is I mean, admittedly, this is exactly the kind of stuff she's supposed to help deal with. So we should help, our own world's problems.
It is really refreshing to be able to like go to someone with a problem and actually get some help rather than just,
Being
insane
told
people.
to go do it ourselves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll do it ourselves. This is really nice. So,
Well, I mean, admittedly, some of us are borderline retired now, but we are still the powerful protectors of this realm. We protected it twice now, once. Yeah, actually, a couple times, actually, depending. I was just thinking of the biggest threat. There was the dragons, and then Vecna, and there was it was a lot of bad stuff. But I mean, something like this sounds like something we should deal with.
Yeah, just send if you need assistance.
Oh yeah, no, I'll make sure. I'll have to talk with her first. But yeah, I'll make sure to get in touch with you all if we need some more hands. Thank you.
Thank you.
bye-bye.
Is there anything else you need while you got me? I don't have as much a busy day today.
He looks like the others. I mean, if you could help him.
I died. Can you fix that?
Well, looks like it's already fixed.
Yeah, way to go on fucking downplaying my magic, you little cunt.
No. I told me getting my soul back to where it's supposed to be thing with the.
Oh,
No, that wasn't what I was talking about. I was
Yeah,
talking about
that's what I was
fucking
talking about.
psychopath over there.
Oh, you're talking about the battle.
The gate starer.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's nothing that can
I think-
fix that.
I think
Yeah, no.
everybody's assuming we're talking about Diedrich when really it's like, yeah. I know
Oh,
what you're talking about.
I know folks that are real bad about staring into the abyss.
Kind of like
can't help
mind
with that.
whammy him, make him
I
a
can't.
baby.
There's nothing I can do about that.
Well, it was worth a shot.
Do you recommend a sharp blow to the head upon occasion?
Usually that helps. That's usually what Grog was good for.
Diedrich? No, I'll do it myself. I punch him in the head.
Bam!
No,
Did it work?
I was just talking about I was just talking about the whole me getting my soul back to where it's supposed to be thing. That's what I was.
Oh, that with resurrections, which it is very impressive that you did do that, and that is
Yeah.
not a small
is the
feat.
shit. Chaos is the shit.
Very difficult.
He is impressive.
Apparently,
Stroke that ego a little bit more.
still have work that needs to be done here. Well, around wherever it is you go. No, I can't help with that. The soul just has to become reaccustomed. Even in the moments that a soul leaves the body, it is immediately natural for it to journey to its afterlife. It has to become reassociated with your physical form. Give it a few days, though. It should be better.
Yeah, we usually don't tend to wait that long.
Well, I might recommend taking a break. It can be pretty trying. If you keep
Yeah,
going
I
without
know.
any breaks, you'll just run yourselves into the ground.
So we gotta find out what we're doing next.
We've got a limited amount of diamonds, It's-
Uh,
Yeah,
Let's
we've
sell
got
some
it.
paintings?
How many planes do we have where we already know the shit's going down?
It's not like beyond counting.
A lot.
maybe to get realigned with
Tell me,
yourself.
Lilith.
Diedrich, you should probably head to your home plane.
Yeah, we could try that next.
Why?
More of your soul might be there.
Or your soul might be there.
Hey, Elsie, who's
Yeah,
that?
a formative experience.
I'm on the side of whoever is picking on whoever else at the moment, and so are you all. Don't bullshit me with this.
You're a follow, is what you're saying.
Yes. Well, I'm a
Okay,
bully,
well.
is what I'm saying.
Bully.
Truthfully,
Oh.
I can't steer the ship, so I really don't have any actual say in this.
Oh, well, isn't that interesting? Well, there's three things we can do, the way I see it. There's force Diedrich to deal with his past, which, don't get me wrong, I'm all for that. That's a good one. We could go to Alfarian and check on what happened to Astra. Which means going to the Underdark.
God.
Or we could try to get Zell to his home and figure out why he can't go back.
I
Yeah,
still
don't we
gotta
need
work
more-
on that one.
Yeah.
I gotta go to Toril.
That one, I don't know. The Toro, yeah.
All right, Toro.
I'm kind. I hate to do this when we can pick on Daedric, but I'm kind of leaning towards whatever the fuck happened to Astra.
We
Yeah.
can go do that too. We can go check on Astra. So that's 2 for Astra. You know.
I guess
I'll
still
keep
work
under the
on that.
tiebreaker.
Dietrich never even met us.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
I-
he
I
just
still
said
work
he keeps
on
it
that.
not go home.
Yeah.
I have no idea what Astra is. I don't want to go.
Zell, Melkor, what are your votes?
I am all for everything except for Zell's because I still need to work on his loophole.
Not
Mhm.
abstain. Pick one of the two then.
Oh, you know, it's hard to choose the abstention.
Flip a coin.
Fuck off.
Oh, fine. Let's go.
Odds and evens.
I don't know who this Astra person is, nor why we're going to the Underdark, but I like it.
One of the astral body parts rather than the umbral body parts of the other.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. In
Also,
fact,
there might be a
she
dragon.
was the mind, right?
Oh,
Yes, she
dragon?
was a mind, so maybe.
So
it's
we've
a-
just dealt with mind. It kind of makes sense.
oh, it's a friendly dragon like all the other dragons we've met, right?
Yeah, friendly. Yeah,
I
Oh,
you
mean,
get
is it?
real friendly with your mind. I guess. is the term.
the person that ate was a colleague. I don't know if friend comes into it.
I don't know. I don't know if you can call it 8. More like, I guess, consumed from within.
Ooh, what?
Oh, consuming and eating are so fucking different.
What?
It's weird to call it eating when they're
Yeah,
like.
You
eating
know,
themselves.
I guess.
you people are weird. They're just weird,
I did start.
weird associates.
Look at him and go,
You're figuring that out now?
Well,
I
I'm
associate
normal,
with you, idiot.
That's the best part
To
right
be-
there. Well, I'm normal, especially you, idiot.
Yeah, you're normal.
To be fair, the first phrase I learned in Draconic was fuck off, so I could tell that bastard.
Oh, right. Right. So, question.
You voted for Astra, so that's a
Oh.
majority.
What? Why? Why would the dragon be involved with anything? Why do we have to go fight the dragon?
They fell into the Underdark at the same time.
Yep.
It might have moved on by now. It might all be completely fine.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you know what? Well, we're going after a red, a black dragon,
Purple.
You never heard of a
So
purple dragon in
funny.
your
That's
life.
a great joke. There's no fucking such thing.
Well, it was, and I don't know enough about dragons to debate that. Dragons don't exist at all. You remember, we met a white one and a purple one, and that's my experience.
Do I have any
No,
history
we
with
met a
purple
silver one. We did meet a silver one.
It's two white dragons fucking.
So
though,
Cracks
so-
wasn't
Oh, that's right. Yeah. No, Cracks was silver.
Cracks.
right.
Excuse me,
And the
Doc.
difference is because that's all cold, right?
Yeah, they're cold, but the white ones are incredibly dumb.
Yeah,
dragon.
really stupid.
Okay, definitely
Pretty
silver.
smart
then,
for an
yeah.
animal.
Or a dragon. Like
Yeah.
Silver dragon.
Diedrich, what was that?
Do I? Because I have histories with dragons.
You have dealt with several dragons in your past, none of which were purple.
Yeah.
Nor have you ever
Yeah.
heard of a purple dragon.
Okay, I was gonna say, have I ever heard of a purple?
The closest
yeah.
you've ever heard of, which in Toril they're more popular just because dragons exist there.
Yeah.
There are mythical but still rumors about dragons based off of gemstones, sapphire, emerald, moonstone types of dragons
There's
that
more
are
cork.
notoriously very reclusive and very neutral.
All right.
But those are
you-
stories. You never dealt with any of them.
So,
guess legend lore.
when you say purple, what do you mean purple?
Yes. Like
I-
seriously.
You have a misunderstanding. You see Clara See how Melkor's skin usually looks?
Yeah.
Like, I don't. Are any of you call it purple?
Okay, well, no, it's there are different
It's just
categories.
more of never heard.
I
of
would
it.
have told you lavender if it was lavender. Trust me.
Diedrich, you do know that, I mean, amethyst is a type of these mythical rumored gem dragons.
Yeah, that's why I was going with this. I was like, could it be an amethyst dragon?
Here's all we knew. We saw a guy who had scales on part of his skin that were like purple colored, and they would get more scaly, especially when he drew some dumb sword that he liked drawing, which made it worse. And the last thing we saw of him before he was like hit by a rock and fell down into the deep was him like holding the sword and like being crazy. That's about what I remember.
But if amethyst dragons are purple, then probably.
Rolling a D3 after a D3 after a D3 fucking 3.
It was really
Somehow.
unfortunate.
Just Jesus.
Okay, so is the dragon person Astra? Is that the person we're going
Nope. No,
The
that's
dragon person
what they
fell
were.
with Astra.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So what sounds like is it's like how the metallic dragons can shape shift, right, Diedrich? This is what it sounds like. Maybe the purple dragon was just fucking with these two or something and then transformed when they thought it could be cleared. I don't know. I just think they're full of shit.
A dragon can like.
It's probably from them shrooms they're smoking, man.
Listen, KOP never partied that hard, you know?
I don't
That's
know.
true.
but
I
sounds
found you
pretty
two guys
traumatic.
after you'd been out naked in the woods.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
We don't, because I just did.
That party? Hold up.
Moving on.
It
so-
sounds very traumatic. So I think we'll have to I might have to cast a spell, get an idea on these
Memory wipe.
legendary mythological purple dragons. It's fucking crazy.
But
Anyway,
I think the wise thing to do is let's take a few days until Diedrich is no longer like collapsing when he walks like 3 feet. All in favor?
Currently, Tails is holding.
As long as we can take it somewhere warmer, just.
Yeah. Any suggestions? You want to go to the plane of fire, maybe?
ooh,
I would
I
put
wanna
up with
see-
that first.
Well, they
I
will
would
enslave
love-
you. Just so you know.
I would love to go to the city of brass. Just
Yeah, great place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good place to get captured as slaves.
Uh,
I mean, I could sell Diedrich finally.
We can go back to Altharian and
Just
Yeah, we
for
go
us
out
before
there
heading
and
off.
go.
Melkor can
I mean-
turn in his book collection to his sugar mama.
oh, you just
I can
want to
do
you just want to
that.
meet up with your your
I mean,
friend.
I wouldn't mind going
Yeah.
home.
And I do have some pillows to take to Ma.
Yep, and she's got pillows to take to Ma. Ma needs pillows. Isn't that right, Argus? Ma needs pillows.
Argus doesn't know about Ma
All
needing
right.
pillows. She wouldn't take him
All right.
back to bed.
You got me there. Well, I guess it is Alfarian for now.
Okay.
Ooh.
You will head them up, move them out, beginning to head on back to Altharian, and we'll pick up here next week.
Yeah,
Will be
what-
fun.
When am I gonna?